All right. We'll see how many people are up and about.
Let me. Are you doing it on your main channel?
Yeah, I'll be on my main. Let me make sure everything looks good here.
Cool. That way I can. The awesome Mudahar came back. He was awesome.
Yeah, dude. Mudahar's the shizzle. That was really cool of him to jump in my shit.
Mudahar came back. He was. Oh well, shit. You're already streaming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm in it, dude. In it to win it.
You do not waste time, do you?
That's what I mean, dude. Because when we sit here, when me and Asa like are in a call together, like we just start seeing spitting mad hot flaming fire, dude. And it's just like, and that's why I immediately push stream. I'm like, I don't want to talk about nothing else. Get this shit in a video.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Do it live. I got my fucking Gay Club Mario shirt on. This was literally like the only thing that was clean before I left, so I grabbed it. I was like, I guess I'm wearing this fucking ugly thing.
Wash your clothes, you dirty fuck, or I'll make a 60-page document about how you don't wash.
I was at work. Hey, has anybody got a blue, green, and red light that can flash rapidly in my face? If you guys have that, I can show you a really cool shirt. You know what I mean? Weird thing would be if somebody actually pulled one out. That would be the fucking most interesting thing. Activate Mario shirt. All right, bitches.
I would like to thank Travis Moss for his compliment there.
Yeah. All right, bitches. Yeah, we got a stream brewing here. As you guys know, with all this... Hold on, I gotta fix my screen, make it a little smaller here so everybody can see the fucking document. As you guys know, all this fucking channel awesome shit is going down. You guys know I gotta fucking get a hit of that, man. You know... Asa summed it up pretty perfectly in his video. If you guys haven't watched Asa's video, I highly recommend you guys do that. I'm going to give, my opinions on the whole mess and everything. And, Asa summed it up really well, man. And the title of the stream sums it up really well, too. And I was trying to get Larry in the stream. Larry Bundy has a lot of channel awesome stories. I was even talking to him. Yeah, here's the text. I texted him. I said, you got to stream with me and Ace about this channel awesome shit. I said, you got stories for days. He's told me these stories. They're fucking amazing. He's like, I have an absolute shit ton of stories. All this pity partying and virtue signaling on the document. All I'll say is no one is innocent there. It's fucking true, bitches. Okay, listen to me. You can't do that. You can't pull a fucking Bill Cosby style 50 years later being like, oh, they were bullshit the whole time. When you've had people like Asa who have been saying this shit for fucking years, you know what I mean? Like, how much shit? I mean, we're talking like Asa's videos getting flagged and stuff. Like, back in the day, I kind of stepped away from the whole channel awesome thing because I kind of knew what I was dealing with these people. Like, I had heard stories from fucking Larry. I let Asa fucking take the reins on that one. And they did. They tried to silence everybody about it, man. Because it was like Asa said, they were like the popular kids. Like, we were we were the John Benders of the Breakfast Club group. You know what I mean? We came in not giving a fuck. You know what I mean? Knocking down your shit. We don't give a fuck, dude. We refuse to conform to that shit. Like, that's why I was never really interested in getting on that fucking site to begin with. And because everybody you've ever talked to had the same type of stories. You know what I mean? Like, it was disorganized. It was a mess. I think Larry was on there once before and then left or something and then got back on. I can't remember. It's a big fucking clusterfuck.
Well, he's still on there.
Yeah.
He's still. The reason Larry won't talk trash about that guy with the glasses right now, even though he's got tons of trash to tell, is because he's still a part of their channel. Go to channelawesome.com and you'll see that Larry Bundy is still part of their site.
He should definitely fucking just come out and say what he has to say, man. Because I know he's got stories. I've heard the stories. I'm not gonna say stories that somebody else told me. You know what I mean? That I'm not gonna be presumptuous like that and fucking do that. But I was really wanted him on here so he could fucking say what was up. But you know, everybody wants to see this document, and everybody wants to be like, oh, you know, oh, poor Obscurus Lupa, poor Obscurus Lupa that was on the site long enough to have a document this fucking long with all these grievances of things that happened over multiple fucking years, and now all of a sudden that the gravy train has derailed, now all of a sudden it's totally fine to trash talk the people in the site that made you popular in the first place. Because let's not mince words here. You're not even still popular. If you didn't have that fucking Doug Walker boost, you know, hoisting you up a little bit, you would have never got up on that fucking ledge, okay? Because I'll tell you that right now. Obscurus, ain't nobody talking about Obscurus Lupus's new fucking goddamn videos, man. I haven't even heard that name in years up until I saw this fucking document. Ain't nobody talking about your shit.
That's why you heard her again.
Yeah, I didn't even know what her... I had to, like, really delve in to try to figure out what her channel was. Because I didn't even, honestly, even know she had a YouTube channel. So let's not sit here and act like that these people are, like, untouchable peons that, you know what I mean? All of which, you know, these aren't the runners-up of American Idol that also, you know, get the record deals too, you know what I mean? No, these are the fucking riffraff. The only one on this list that really actually surprised me was Linkara. Okay? That was the only one. I was like, well, Linkara told them to go fuck themselves and was like, fuck this, I'll say some shit. You know what I mean? That kind of surprised me more than any of these other people. I mean, say what you will, it is, like, you brought up a good point with Dr. Gonzo and him saying that shit, you know what I mean? But, I mean, nobody really knows who this guy is, you know what I mean? He's more famous off this right now than he's ever been on that site or otherwise, you know? So let's not, like, pretend, and I'm not going to pretend like I feel sorry for this guy. It is what it is. I remember watching that guy's videos on Channel Awesome and wondering why he was on Channel Awesome. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, he was never good. You know, it is what it is. But he has to be relishing this at this point of getting all this attention. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Because now he's relevant, finally.
Yeah, now he's relevant. But some of these people, I'm like I said, Linkara, the stuff that Linkara said, although he didn't say much, it was mostly, if I remember right, you know, moderator mismanagement. For a long while, China Austin's forums had one moderator, and like he got made a moderator without asking. He didn't get asked, and it was like a crucial sin to him that he wasn't asked before he was moderated. You know what I mean? I'm moderating a motherfucker right now. Big Spiritual Exploder, you're a mod, dude. Biggity blam. Now later on, when Silent Rob has his downward spiral, you can come out 10 years from now and say, "Fuck Silent Rob. He made me a moderator. I didn't even ask." You know what I mean? And then you could do this fucking document dump, you know what I'm saying? But Asa is 100% right, bitches, okay? Back in the day, okay, we've been making videos for a long time now. And back in the day, they were like what everybody thought of to be the top of the mountain. And they weren't there at the very beginning, you know what I mean? 2007, they weren't around, you know what I mean? It was a different kind of thing. 2008, that's when nobody could shut the fuck up about this goddamn site. Everybody's hopping over each other, like fucking throwing each other down to the ground, trying to get on this fucking site. They didn't give a fuck about anybody but themselves. It was a scramble. And this was because this was at a time when nobody's making money on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So don't let any of these motherfuckers fool you, because the only reason they went to this site in the first place is for this, bitches, okay? That's all it was. And when they realized, when they got on there, that the only reason they were on there to begin with is to fill up a fucking pamphlet sheet that makes it look like, hey, we're a fucking community, we're all best friends, oh, I love you guys, you know what I mean? And why do you think that is? You know what I mean? What, are you going to have a site with just one guy on there? You know what I mean? They wanted to make it look like a community. Wanted to make it look like this awesome place. So you can put your videos on there and they can take your fucking money. Of which there were tons of stories on here of them doing just that. What other... Okay, let's talk about this anniversary movies, for instance. You know what I mean? And I've seen some people bitch and complain on here about these anniversary movies and whatnot, and how they didn't get paid for this and didn't get paid for that. Bitches, you know, a lot of people would be glad to be flown on an airplane, you know, for free, have all their travel and lodging paid for to go and just basically hang out with your friends. I mean, if you really think this is like a serious acting gig, you know what I mean? Kick-assia? You had to see the script. Don't fucking tell me they didn't send you the script. You know what I mean? They sent you the script. You've seen what it was going to be.
Real quick. When the Nostalgia Critic made fun of The Room, I mean, come on, dude. Your movie is just as good as The Room, if not worse than The Room.
That's what I mean. It's like it's not as funny and bad funny as it's just bad. You know what I mean? Like it's just there's not even a lot to make fun of. And it's like, but like I said, you're gonna get flown out there for free. You're gonna get your lodging for free. Okay. And basically, the only thing you're gonna bitch about not having craft services and food and stuff provided to you, motherfuckers. The only part of that I understand is the water, like not having anything to drink for people out in the fucking desert. You know what I mean? Basically, that's a little iffy. But at the same time, I mean, do you want this site you want them to wipe your ass too after you take a shit? You know what I mean? There's not a lot of indie productions, and that's what that was. That's what all of those anniversary movies was indie productions, and they paid for your flight and your lodging. That was hundreds and hundreds of dollars right there. I don't really see, you know, like how you can really bring that up as a negative, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I believe this is kind of a learning experience for everybody involved. I mean, that seems, I don't know about you, but that seems like just a clusterfuck of madness to fly all these people out from all different parts of the United States into one area, have everything set up, the camera shoots, have everything all scheduled. Of course it's going to be a clusterfuck, you know what I'm saying? You would have to expect that before you even get on the plane, you know what I'm saying? But you wanted that fucking E-Fame, man. That's the thing, and that's what you talked about in your video. It didn't matter. Hey, I need to rape you in the ass for 45 minutes straight in this scene. Is that cool? Definitely that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to bitch about it 10 years later in a document, but I'm not going to bitch about it during that time when it was relevant. You know, when you had people.
Now that the friggin' channel is dead, it's literally nobody goes to Channel Awesome. Like, what's the point now?
We got Muda, dude. Muda's up in the room, dude. That's awesome.
Get Muda in here. Come on, Muda.
You want Muda? You want in here, dude? Let's talk about this shit. I know you got some opinions on it, dude. I'm actually interested to hear what your opinions are of it, because I know you were around at that same time when that shit was getting big, too. But, no, dude, that was the site. And it was always mystifying to me. It was always mystifying to me, the site, because I remember... Cool, I'll call you in, man. Because I remember people talking about the site. And here, hold on, I'm going to pause my stuff so I can call it Muda. Do it up. Yeah, dude.
Hello?
What up, homie?
Yeah. Awesome.
What up, Mudahar?
Nothing much, man. You guys gotta give me food. I just woke. You guys gotta give me a second. I'm gonna get some food. I woke up just.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, waking up to one of my streams is the best thing you can do.
Yeah, you got the notification.
Best part of waking up.
Silent Bob in your cup.
Silent Bob in your cup.
But yeah, dude, I mean, that's what it was back then. Nobody could shut the fuck up about this site. And I remember I remember seeing Nostalgia Critic on YouTube before he got his YouTube page taken down with the 20th Century Fox strikes. And I remember him getting taken down, and I remember him getting his own site. I remember someone sending me the link to the site. And I was like, this is the site? You know what I mean? It was the most janky piece of shit, bargain basement fucking website of all time. And that was kind of like one of the appeals of that site was just like, oh my god, anybody could do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gave my website a run for its fucking money, dude. Like, it was garbage, you know what I'm saying? Babe, can you get me the Ethernet cable? Plug it out from the back of the PS4. There's a clip underneath. You got to press and bring it in here, please. Thank you.
I know this. I'm not stupid.
Do it.
Shut up.
And it was always mystifying to me because the only reason, and everybody knew, nobody went to that site to see anybody but the Nostalgia Critic. And I think that's another thing that really, a lot of these people started to get big heads because they're thinking, oh, I'm on this site, this site that fucking took off, got crazy and all this shit. I must be badass too. When in reality, sorry, okay, nobody gives a fuck. It was even like that back in the day. You'd have.
It's funny because when you had the fucking Nostalgia Critic videos, there's only like 20 views that trickled down to every other creator.
Yeah, dude, it was always like Nostalgia Critic had like 200 comments, and then like Mars Girl had like 1.5. You know what I mean? Like nobody fucking cared, dude. And it was just, nobody's there for you. They're there for the opening act. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're there for the fucking main act, not for the opening act.
When he killed off Nostalgia Critic, they all were like, oh, you killed off our livelihoods. I'm like, not his fault that, like, y'all motherfuckers didn't have the audience at all. Like, let's be fair here. And the thing is, not only there weren't any successful motherfuckers off of Channel Awesome, you had Spoonie, you had Joe. All right, Joe, who ironically won out of all of them because he still has a fucking functioning channel.
Yeah.
Versus this clusterfuck of hell that spawned out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude. I mean, but that's the thing. Like, I mean, that would be like going to an AC/DC concert and Rat's opening up for him, and I'm here for Rat. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for them motherfucker Wasp. I'm here for fucking Striker or whatever the fuck. What is it, Striper? Striper. I'm here for Striper.
The one thing that's weird about this, the 69 fucking page document, 68 page whatever, on just this entire hell. Like, it's not even like it's 2-3 paragraphs from like a bunch of people. It's like 68 pages. It's fucking contents level of hell with this site.
Yeah.
And it never once got mentioned before. Nobody ever came out and said something was fucked up, even though we all knew it was fucked up.
We all
Nobody
knew,
said
dude.
it.
Nobody's getting taped to a wall in a crucifix position and not having some crazy fucking shit going on behind the scenes at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course not.
But everybody knew about that shit, dude. Everybody knew, like, these fucking shadesters, dude, because...
But here's the crazy part, guys, is... Back in the day, when I exposed them, because what happened was Apollo Z Hack used to be Lupa's boyfriend. She dumped him around the time that he was leaving Channel Awesome for his own, projects, and he wanted to expose them without exposing himself. He basically wanted to talk about that whole crucifix thing, and in several private calls, we recorded, Apollo Z Hack just going off on all the bad things that Channel Awesome did.
Yeah.
And when I brought them out to the light, the first thing Lupa did was try to discredit me, saying that I was exaggerating, that I was lying, and she ended up banning me, but from her Twitter, from her YouTube. She didn't direct a word at me after that. And then Rob Walker. He simultaneously took me off of their forum where I was trying to ask them questions about why are you doing this to your actors? Why are you mistreating them? They're like, no. Ace is a liar and he's a bastard, and that was it. And and that was in 2011, and now we're in 2008, and now she's bringing up these same exact incidents, acting like she cared about it back in the day. It's all bullshit. Back in the day, she was trying to hide that shit.
You can't,
it just proves that they had no fucking integrity in the first place, because when
no integrity.
Yeah,
correct. Lupa doesn't have a single ounce of integrity.
When things are golden, you're gonna when things are golden and you're getting your fucking, you're getting your slice, you're gonna defend the worst of things. But as soon as this shit blew up for them and they realized that this wasn't a viable career path at all, that's when this Me Too shit started. If you're filming rape scenes that you're not fucking comfortable with or shit like that, you probably should have mentioned that ahead of time or whatever. And then, like, the weirdest thing is that they all start exposing one another. They have, like, this fucking herd mentality. Because that whole Spoonie thing that happened at the time, that rape joke that he made was retarded in the first place. But then they all ganged up on him, and then the exact same shit, but worse, happens all over.
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
that out.
I mean, they didn't care about filming rape scenes and rape jokes and all this shit in their fucking videos constantly and with each other. But let's get rid of fucking one of your best content creators at the time off the fucking site because under fucking pressure from everybody want to bitch and shit. This mob mentality when you guys know damn well the fucking crazy shit that's going on behind the fucking scenes, man. It's not hard to tell even from a casual passerby that people come and go from your fucking site like a goddamn turnstile, you know what I'm saying? Some of which disappear without a trace for no fucking reason. That was always a big thing. Somebody would disappear from the site and we'd probably try to figure out where the body's at, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here, you know? Because it would just happen. Sometimes with a goodbye message buried 50 fucking, posts deep.
We're sorry. Spoonie said something that wasn't kosher Channel Awesome, so we've decided to say bye to him. Like,
yeah, what? It wasn't very nice, but be sure to watch our new movie, Super Rape Deluxe, coming out. That's gonna be fun. We're gonna tape everybody to the walls in crucifix positions, and like, what the?
Did anybody here? Did any of us, anybody in the chat, anybody in the world actually, anybody away, like on another planet, did you watch the anniversary movies at all? Like, who here actually watched?
Dude, I tried to watch. I like all of them. At some point, like, I would always end up in situations, you know what I mean? You can kind of envision, like, the Clockwork Orange scene, like, fucking holding your eyes open, just fucking cannot fucking stand it. Like, I tried. That's what Kikassia was painful, was painful. And when you have multiple movies, you have multiple chances to do it. And not only did they not get better, but arguably they got worse. Like, as time went on, like, the movies got worse and worse. You can kind of see, like, the parts that I've seen of each movie, you can kind of see, like there's a little bit of, like, camaraderie there in the beginning. And you can kind of feel it here and there, but as the movies went on, you can kind of feel like everybody's just like, this is fucking stupid, and I don't give a fuck anymore. And you kind of get that vibe by the end of the fucking mess, you know what I'm saying? And,
oh, God.
But like I said, I mean, they still went year after year. Okay, if I fly out and have a horrible time in the middle of the desert with no food or water, and I'm getting taped to walls and raped in the mouth and lit on fire and all this other shit that you guys are saying is happening, I don't go back 3 more times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, what happened on set?
Dude, it was absolutely there was no raping or lighting people on fire. Okay, I may have gone a little overboard on that, but it was just it was a catastrophe. Like, if you go through these documents, dude, like, every time, like, most of what everybody talks about is these anniversary movies and how much of the catastrophe they were, and how I think it was Obscurus Lupa who gave someone her videos. So she's so fucking stupid that when she first joins the site, she gave Mark, or whatever his name is, Machode,
Yeah.
and gave Machode her access to her videos, gave him her videos with no access to them. She has no access to get to them or to the funds that the money that the videos are going to make. And then she doesn't get anything from those videos, and now she's bitching like she's surprised. I'm like, you really? Duh! Like, you don't ever do that.
That's a pretty terrible decision.
Nobody. I mean, you got really terrible decision-making skills, Lupus. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, most of the stuff like she bitched about was really, really kind of petty shit. You know what I mean? I'm kind of interested. Like, I will say that one of the most fucked up things was the Dr. Gonzo thing about how I guess he wanted to set up a memorial for Jew Wario or something, and then basically got shit on for it by Machode. And, that was kind of bullshit. I mean, yeah, if you got a person on your site who's not getting any views, you're going to keep him around just to shit on him all the fucking time? Like, I really don't understand that. People were, like, falling over themselves to get on this site back in the day. So why have somebody on your site that you're just going to constantly shit on? Like, I'm really kind of just confused about that. I really wish that he had, like, a lot of the messages I could read from this guy. Like I imagine this Machode guy is like this, like, Darth Vader type overlord, you know what I mean? Like, It's just like, I need to look up what a picture of what this guy looks like so I have like a frame of reference, but it seems like bullshit. Yeah. If they interview me for the site and they're like, okay, I'm going to need you to hand over all access to your videos. We're going to screw you over constantly, not return any of your calls. There's going to be no fucking contact information. It's going to be fucking terrible and awful. But I'm going to be like, fuck you!
Another thing, there were no contracts. They never even used fucking email to contact their fucking... They never had, like, records and shit. It was all just, get a Skype call. Oh, you're 5 minutes late to a Skype call because your fucking house is burning? Well, you're fired. You've lost your job. What?
Incredible, dude. Incredible. I mean, what the fuck, dude? Like, I cannot even fucking believe that people are actually acting like this is, like, surprising. I think that's the most surprising thing about it. It's just like, people already knew this stuff, okay? Like... Nostalgia chick leaving the site, like, obviously something happened, you know what I mean? You don't just up and go, you know what I mean? I even said that at the time, I'm like, she's just up and going and leaving, you know what I'm saying? Like, after she won this contest and all this stupid shit, and then she just fucking leaves, because, like we were saying, you could tell nobody's getting any views on this site. Nobody's going to see anybody but the Nostalgia Critic. And Nostalgia Critic... Like, I'll admit, I liked Nostalgia Critic when he first started, because he talked about when he very first started, because he talked about stuff that I grew up with. I'm not sure what his age is. I think he's a little older than I am, but he always seemed to talk about movies that I grew up with. Like, it was always the weirdest shit, like that weird fucking dinosaur movie that Whoopi Goldberg was in. Something Rex or something, you know, like, just weird fucking movies that I thought I was the only one in the world that fucking knew anything about it, and he would talk about them.
Money and shit like that?
Yeah! So I was like, you know, he would talk about this stuff, and it was interesting, but then it literally just every year got worse and worse. He's 36, okay, so he is a little older than me, but he seemed to talk about the same shit that I was always interested in. It was always interesting hearing about these things. But then you could tell at a certain point, he just ran out of movies to talk about. He just ran out of the good, nostalgic type, interesting movies. And now we're moving into the schlock and the not really nostalgic early 2000s stuff. Like, that's
nobody can tell me he was nostalgic for the fucking Room.
Yeah, nobody's nostalgic for that, dude. You know, Theodore Rex. So... You know, so then it got to the point where he just became not the Nostalgia Critic, but just another fucking reviewer that screamed all the fucking time. You know, that's what he became.
No, the thing with him is when he started putting all those fucking skits into his videos, like, you're telling me you're gonna have like a 48-minute video, but like only 7 minutes of it is about the actual content. The other one is him just like fucking bringing these skits up, and I'm just like, why? Nobody cares. Like, get out of here.
Nobody cares, dude. Like, you would think, like, that this man would be smart enough to see, like, what was going on with the AVGN and how he was fucking his videos up with the skits, and he'd be like, maybe the people don't want the fucking skits. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you took AVGN's movies and you separated the review portions from the skit portions and you made separate fucking movies for them, which one would you guys rather watch? The fucking reviews! Skits all day. Yeah, skits. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I thought the reviews were just the annoying part. Let's just give me just all the sketches. I don't care about these movies.
That's bring on Bugs Bunny shitting on people's faces, dude, because that's
actually all I want to hear is a whole video of nothing but his memes. I took it of course.
big lip alligator moment.
You know, big lip alligator moment. That's all I want to see. A video with just his memes.
Like, my brother was so funny because my brother absolutely despised Nostalgia Critic. So when I still lived at home, like, nothing would enrage my brother more than when he fucking heard big lipped alligator moments. He would be like, turn it off! He fucking hated it, dude. He hated it. Even when I liked it, he was like, why do you watch this, dumbass? And at a certain point, I had to make that call where I called my brother, and I was like, you're right. He fucking sucks. You know? It was a hard call to make.
Won the bet.
Yeah. Yeah. He won that one. But it's insane, dude. Like Literally, Asa sent me this document, and I've been picking it clean for fucking like 3 days now, and
and you can smell the bullshit.
You can smell
you can literally smell the bullshit there, man.
You could smell
it. like, come on, you can't tell me that you had all these bad things happen to you, and you didn't once decide, you know what, I should complain about it in person. I don't know.
Yeah, Obscurus Lupa, you sold your soul for 29,000 subscribers, okay? Like, that's...
And she'd have to, because she's not funny enough to get 29,000 on her own.
No, she's not.
That's the thing, too. Like, for such, like, realistically, such little gain for so much loss, I don't understand, like, why they would fucking go out of their way to do it.
Yeah, at a certain point...
He was popular. See, Doug was super popular back in the day. Nobody can deny it, and Channel Awesome back then was one. It's a relic lost in internet history right now. Back then, it was super popular, and YouTube didn't have the same kind of the same kind of regulations they have now. Back then, it was a little harder to get into their partnership program and to get monetized.
Yeah.
So to get popular and to get monetization, back in the day, you had to join a place like freaking Screw Attack, like that guy with the glasses, et cetera, et cetera. That was how you got seen and how you got popular. And it helps to be in a Doug video, and Doug was very open about doing freaking collabs with all of his other content creators to help them and them help him in return.
Yeah.
And you see how that worked out.
Yeah. It was a big thing.
Shot in the face.
And here's the thing is this, because YouTube became more open and it became much easier for a dumb schlock like me to get monetized, these people started not to need, Doug as much, and they started, leaving slowly but surely. And there you go. Now Channel Awesome it's like a relic lost in time now. You don't make money by going on someone else's site and having them host your videos. You just do that on your own nowadays. So this kind of site is basically, it's like the last T-Rex dying out. Yeah. So how do you get views out of a dying T-Rex? Let's see. How can I strip the last bit of meat off of this bone? I know. Let's toss Doug under the bus and say he was an asshole all along.
Yeah, the whole time.
Every single person involved in this has a fucking fair share of blame that they will not.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why. And Linkara. Come on. Nobody had their lips firmly planted on Doug's cock harder than Linkara did. Okay. I mean, he was literally management himself. He was one of the people, that brought views to the site. So his opinion mattered. Oh, yeah. Why the hell did Linkara, at no point in his past, why did he not stand up for these people?
Yeah, wait a second. Now that you mentioned that, Asa, wasn't Linkara the most SJW motherfucker out of them all?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's up there. He's up there with,
for fuck's sake.
He's up there with fucking Movie Bob. Yeah. Movie Bob style.
I had a girlfriend who was a boyfriend.
He should have been the one that would have been the first person to talk against them, but he was the quietest motherfucker.
And you know why? Because Linkara has a history. Linkara has a history of stepping on other people to get notoriety. I used to be friends with this one guy who in the early days before Linkara became Linkara. He followed his comic or something like that. They were both comic artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember how famous Lightbringer became, right? Well, he had an artist friend, and this guy told me all sorts of things about how Linkara stepped all over him and didn't give him the time of day. He acted like he was his friend, but then when something better came along, he jumped ship. And that's what he did with Channel Awesome too. He jumped ship, went to Channel Awesome, sucked their dicks, became popular with them, and now that Channel Awesome is no longer helping him, he's like, fuck it, I'll trade them in for some views. And that's how Linkara is. He's a little sniveling piece of shit.
Larry told me, I do remember Larry telling me that they needed a fucking comic book guy, and he was like the only one that even submitted anything that's comic book related. Yep. He became the comic book guy. So let's not
Yeah,
act
why
like, he is like some, like, oh, we just need Linkara's talents. Nah, he was a fucking no-name motherfucker with like 5 videos back then and nobody knew who he was. And he just, he's happy to be a comic book guy.
Larry, I see you in the chat there. Larry, you need to get in this fucking call because you got all the stories.
Larry, you gotta get in.
Yeah, you gotta get in here, Larry. For sure, dude.
Weren't you almost a Channel Awesome member?
Oh, God. I know, dude. Dropping the fucking bombshell on this bitch-ass site, dude.
Oh, God.
Dropping a bombshell on this bitch-ass site.
Channel Awesome. And see, Larry, the problem with Larry is that he wants to be this ninja guy and be part of the drama, but he doesn't want to freaking say it.
No, Larry can be the first one still on the site gonna talk some shit about the site. All these other motherfuckers are like, yeah, I'm gonna do it fucking 10 years down the line. I think it'll definitely mean more fucking Larry to drop some bombs.
Hey, everybody, any one of you who's subbed to Larry, threaten to unsubscribe. Tell Larry that you'll unsubscribe if he doesn't get in here right the fuck now and give us all the dope he's got on him.
Yeah, Larry or Riot.
Come on, Larry, you're the one that wrote most of the freaking. Larry, you're the one that wrote most of the freaking articles on ED about freaking that guy with the glasses. So you're the one that's got the most shit on that.
Let Larry say he doesn't want to say the drama as it's so obvious it came from me. Well, then you might as well say it then, because it's obvious it came from you.
You might as well say it. If it's obvious it came from you, you might as well be like, "Yep, I knew this all along."
Yeah, you got to do it. You ain't got a choice, Larry.
You know exactly what happened over there.
Yeah. Larry, as a matter of fact, I think Larry was the one that fucking wrote this document. He's the one that released the 69 motherfucking pages. He wrote this bitch.
He self-wrote this shit.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
See, Larry likes to be part of the drama only behind the scenes, but when you ask him to put his face on something, he runs. That's the kind of guy you are, Larry. You don't like to be part of the drama in person, and we're telling you. You gotta put your face to this because that would lend a lot of weight to this thing.
Yeah, if you're worried about them catching wind of you, I mean, you're already in the chat and shit, dude. You might as well come in and you ain't making no money off this fucking site, dude. Come up here and tear these motherfuckers a new one.
You don't even need to see. That's the thing is Larry's already popular enough that he doesn't even need the exposure that the non-exposure he gets from being on ChannelAwesome.com.
Yeah, Larry's writing an
Channel Awesome exposure.
Larry's writing the ED page.
Channel Awesome is holding you down, Larry.
Yeah, you dude. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Larry. It's not gonna look that good on a resume anymore, brother.
Your association with Mike Machode is definitely does not. No company looks at that and says, "Yep, this guy's successful."
It's like,
what did you tell us how much of an asshole Mike was to you? Because I feel like everyone has.
Come on, Larry.
Everyone's got a Mike story, dude. It's just that's the thing. Everybody like a terrible boss is all.
Yeah.
Burn the bridge, Larry. Yes, burn the bridge. You need to be the next guy off their site. Because that would be hilarious.
Yeah, you're not, like I said, you're not going to use them as a reference. Okay. It's done.
I don't know if Larry even knows them. I mean, I don't even know how he got back on Channel Awesome when most of them know that he's the one that wrote the most shit on them.
Let's see a show of hands. Who watches Guru Larry on Channel Awesome? Nobody, dude.
How many of you watch him on YouTube, and how many of you actually bother to go to Channel Awesome to click on his shit?
Nobody's watching you on Channel Awesome. You're watching you on YouTube. You don't need this fucking... These motherfuckers are holding you back. Ironic thing is I have absolutely zero beef with Machode. He's always cool with me. Well, you don't have to call him Machode. I can call him Machode. But you can still come in. Just come in and be like, I got no problem with Mike, but site's bullshit, and then lay it down, dude. Because I know you got stories, dude. You've told me the stories.
Dude.
You've told me the stories.
Show the screenshot of Larry literally telling you in PMs, I got stories to tell. Well,
I did.
You got stories to tell, motherfucking tell them.
Yeah, I showed it. That's what's up, man. I want to see it. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's
like a cartel of man-children that we're discussing here, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's hilarious, dude.
Yeah. Strike while the iron's hot, my friends. Get while the getting's good. You can't tell me you've gotten along with every single one of these motherfuckers, and I'd love for you
to fucking
tell me right now which one of these fucking crybabies is fucking two-faced piece of shit, because I bet you got a fucking list of all these motherfuckers that have done some fucking nasty
Larry
shit.
Larry has this thing where he thinks I hate him.
Yeah.
And my problem isn't that I hate you, Larry. My problem is that you back away from drama, but largely you become part of the drama without, you never want to put your face out there. You want to have your good guy face in public, and in private you want to talk shit. I'm telling you, you need to be honest and just tell it like it is.
This would be a good moment for you, Larry, for sure.
That's all
let
I'm
me see
saying.
if I even have him. I think I got him on my. Let me see if I got him on my shit here. I don't know if I got you on my Discord, dude. You might have to add me on your Discord. Get on Discord.
I used to go on that guy with the glasses, but then I grew up naked.
Yeah, dude.
Damn it.
It's incredible,
Yeah, that's
dude.
the long and short of it.
But I did find it interesting. It is interesting that Mike does own the IP of the Nostalgia Critic, and I look at that and I'm just like, this is the type of individual you people are like riding on the coattails of. An individual who's so stupid that he doesn't take his own character and make his own site where he's the boss of it. He runs it. No, he gives it to this fucking retard that runs it into the ground, sells off his character that he fucking created, and the only reason anybody goes to the site in the first place, and sells it to them. I mean, everybody thinks you own the site anyways. But you set it up. They literally did not want to be the bosses. That was the whole thing.
Everybody, before we start the video today, I just want to give a...
Oh,
Man, everybody's weighing in on this freaking thing.
Oh, yeah.
You might as well. Come on, bro.
The thing with I don't understand why I needed him to even run the site anyways. Like, this motherfucker could have figured this shit out ahead of time. But then again, didn't the document state that he couldn't even record his own fucking voice as somebody coming in? And
Dude, that was another thing. Is that Doug is so stupid about technology, and I get that too because I'm not that great at it. But he knows what he was doing with this character. His early videos were very simple edited things, and they just took off because it was the right place at the right time. It was a fucking lightning strike. The whole series of events of why this website got popular in the first place was a complete fucking lightning in a bottle scenario. It'll never happen again, okay? It shouldn't have happened in the first place. A site that looked like how that site looked, getting popular, you know what I mean? It was a piece of shit. The only other site that I could think of that looked that fucking crappy that got popular was fucking Maddox's site in the fucking late 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me a fucking break, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just literal lightning in a bottle that even happened in the first place. So what did you need Mike Machode to run anything when the site basically didn't even run right to begin with? Various issues of the site having drop shadows that are fucked up on it and shit for 6 months at a time. I remember the site not working several times when I went to it back in the day.
I couldn't even get a video to play on the site.
Yeah.
So I had to watch the mirrors off YouTube.
That was the days.
That
was the days of the horrible embedding, when you try to embed something and it was just terrible back in the day. And it just didn't work.
Blip TV had the worst embedding ever. I mean, there were some videos that would just not load back in the day.
That was the days of the blip. I remember that, man. That was, hey, YouTube's not gonna pay us. I'm gonna put blip in my mouth. And then when that fucking ship sailed, that's really where it really started to be you seen people jumping ship. You know what I'm saying? Was fucking with blip. And because I remember trying to have blip with my website when I tried to do my website, and blip. I remember that shit, dude. That brings me back. And
I remember when you had all the fun. I think every lolcow creator probably jumped to that. I think DSP had a fun. He was actually. Did you know he was the PewDiePie of that fucking site? I forgot.
Yeah. DSP. Yeah.
The PewDiePie. God,
I do. I remember that, dude. That's crazy.
Oh my god, I forgot almost.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was actually that popular. That he was second or first most viewed on the site. But I was like, shit.
It didn't make any sense then, and it still don't make any sense, dude. But back in the day, I remember DSP's videos just bombarding my fucking in-feed all the time of this, and he was never good. It was never he was people were like, oh man, DSP's so funny, or someone's throwing out some DSP lines. No, he just happened to be a streamer, and like the streamers weren't really that plenty back then. Like it just didn't. There wasn't that many of them. It was more.
He like straight recorded his TV screen Fallout. I remember posting that shit online, and my entire related video is like Fallout 3 playthrough 152, and I'm like, how long is this fucking game? This dude has like what 150 parts. And I clicked on it. He's like just past the tutorial because he was like walking into a wall for the past 150 parts. I'm like, all right, well, another 1,000 parts, I might see a credit screen. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe. Let's
exactly, dude. It was a time when everybody was trying to fucking make money. I was trying to do it. Everybody was doing it because YouTube wasn't doing it, dude. You know what I'm saying? I remember with my website, I had the guy I was associated with ended up buying the fucking domain, so he ended up having control of my fucking domain and the fucking password, and this motherfucker started getting shifty and fucking not changed the password on me where I couldn't get in my shit, and it was insane, dude. It turned into a fucking fiasco. So I can only imagine what this Mike Machode fucking did and having to fucking deal with that guy, because I dealt with the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing is Mike Machode's. My theory is that he gave him a cash infusion early on, because there's no way I would have ever sold the Nostalgia Critic IP to Mike Machode. But somehow there's an agreement early on where he's like, okay, you give me your character and all the rights to it and all the managerial responsibilities. You just make videos and I'll worry about the website. I think they had one of those agreements.
Yeah, that's got to be what it was.
Yeah, Doug didn't want to do any of the managing, and it's clear that he didn't want to do any of the managing because most of the time he didn't even know there was drama going on. That motherfucker just wanted to make videos and make money. That's all he cared about.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Everybody.
He left all the quote unquote hard work to Mike Machode, and Mike Machode, as you can see, is a terrible, terrible CEO.
Oh yeah.
And now, I'm thinking, what is keeping Nostalgia Critic from just jumping ship, making a character, that's basically the same thing as the Nostalgia Critic? Just call it the other.
That's what I never understood. You're so fucking right. He could have just made a new character. People would have just walked to his new character. Nobody's there. Just like, as long as it doesn't have the Nostalgia Critic branding on it, I ain't watching the show. Just go for him.
Yeah, just go make the same shit you're making now. Just wear a different tie, wear a different hat, wear a different freaking coat, whatever. Don't call yourself the Nostalgia Critic and just make a new show.
That's exactly what I said. I'm like, you cannot own the IP of a man sitting in a tie with a tie on, a loose tie, reviewing movies. It don't work that way. He can just put on a bow tie, and then it's completely different. It's completely different.
It's not like. This isn't like freaking, I don't know, WWE owning the rights to Ultimate Warrior, so now Ultimate Warrior has to call himself Warrior,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he can just put on a Viking helmet and be the Viking helmet Nostalgia Critic guy person, you know what I mean? It's completely different. And you cannot own the IP of reviewing something, especially not reviewing movies.
That's why I'm thinking there's more to this. Nostalgia Critic has to be more involved in this. Otherwise, he would also jump ship. I don't know what he owes.
I feel like at that point, he's definitely involved in it, because now that you mention it, he had so many easy fucking ways out of it, but I stuck around because there's some, obviously...
I think what it was, here's my theory, is Nostalgia Critic is comfortable not having to deal with management and accounts and shit like that. He just wants to be an actor. And because he doesn't want to deal with the managerial shit, he just deferred it all to Mike Machode. So Mike Machode is the behind the scenes guy, and he gets to just do his on the camera shit. Mm-hmm. I think it's just a purely, like a symbiotic relationship at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's waist deep in it.
He's the creative head of that entire site. So yeah, that explains it. But I mean, motherfucker, why are you giving it off to him? How hard could the fucking managerial side of it be? The managerial person shouldn't even have fucking been the CEO in the first place. You're the front end. You should have been the CEO. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's really, he's just afraid of managing. And it's clear that he's afraid of managing because a lot of these problems, he didn't even know about them. I mean, Mike Machode wouldn't even go to Doug to tell him there's this problem going on. I bet the conversations went something like this. Hey, there's a problem with these guys. Well, you know how to handle it, right? Yep, I got it. Don't worry. You just keep making videos, Doug. I got it handled. That's how that shit went.
That's
why when some of these...
the most professional thing handled so unprofessionally. So you had that whole fucking thing with Mike going to people. It's like, I heard you like dick. I heard you're a dick individual. And it's like, motherfucker, you have somebody like that in your office, you fire them. Simple as that. I would have done it a long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
No, it's Mike. This guy's like, wait, it's pronounced Mike Machode? No, it's pronounced Mike Machode, but we call him Mike Machode because that's what he is.
He's a pretty big fucking chode, the way he ran things.
Yeah.
And then you have, like, the way they even ran the site, the way they made these movies also confused the fuck out of me, too, because you have people passing out on set, you have people fucking going into injuries. How the fuck were these motherfuckers never once, at one point, regulated by the government into this kind of shit, okay? I don't understand how they skirted by so fucking easily.
Yeah, if somebody wants you...
They had most of their help sign non-disclosure agreements with an extra clause that said that they cannot sue them. Basically, if you get hurt, it's your own responsibility. And these people flocked to sign those contracts. You know why? Because they wanted to be popular and they didn't want to be told, okay, well, if you don't sign, you don't get to be in the movie. And that's how that happened.
If somebody
just a fucking daycare at that point, then it has to
exactly.
No, dude. If somebody has you sign an injury clause after you have the injury, you're a fucking idiot for signing that fucking piece of paper. Like, Jesus Christ! Like, you have them. You could sue them for everything they have. Like, why are you signing this paper?
Yeah.
That was even said in this document.
They were signing it. Basically, it's a pact with the devil. They're signing it because, okay, if I cling to Doug's coattails long enough, I just know someone will come and see my fucking shitty reviews, and that's basically how it went.
That's exactly how it went, dude. That's exactly how it went.
Well, that's just dumb. It's like you literally. Like they're on. You have them by the balls. You have them in a vice grip. Why the fuck would you sign the vice grip away?
Exactly. But they don't see it that way. They just see it as, okay, if I give them what they want, then I'll get what I want. They thought that that's how it was working. They didn't even, consider the possibility that, hey, I might get hurt, and if I get hurt, I have no legal recourse. Fucking idiots.
Fucking idiots, dude. It's the equivalent of, like, taking a picture with a famous person and posting it on your Facebook and being like, I'm famous too. Okay? Like, I must be famous too now. You know what I mean? Just because you're near somebody.
If you're in a video holding hands with Nostalgia Critic or sucking his cock or whatever,
I'm famous
you can
too.
always say, hey, yeah, I was that guy in the background. Oh, right over there. Go see my channel. I'm famous now.
It was a big thing. I remember, I think Doug wasn't he in Forbes? Like, didn't Forbes have something on him because of his website?
Yeah, I think they talked about him making, like, some cash out of the online media space from it.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that. It was a big thing.
And I guarantee you Machode took his cut out of that.
Oh, you're fucking right, dude. I remember that video when Doug fucking quit his job and, like, went into his job or whatever with I quit on his fucking chest or something and quit his fucking job, man. I was there for all that shit, man. I remember it. They were all happy. Everything was hunky fucking dory when they were having the time of their fucking lives and, money everywhere and all this other shit. You could easily go and see how much they were making. If you went to Alexa, you've seen what this fucking site was doing. Everybody wanted a piece of that pie. And they were going to do anything and sign anything and suck whatever dick was presented in front of their faces to fucking get it. And then after it's all fucking said and done, we're all supposed to fucking read this 69-page document and shed one single fucking tear for you motherfuckers? I don't, okay? No, I fucking do not even close.
Honestly, the thing should have been, they should have had a way smaller creator pool, first of all. The only way the site could have ran, in my opinion, is A, you should have had creators like Nostalgia Critic, you should have had your Joe, you should have had your Linkara, you should have the people that people are actually coming to watch, right? Because as much as I fucking laugh at Linkara, he was legitimately popular, and at a time, I guess he made an interesting Power Rangers video series or whatever, and it took off, and God bless. But they started to hire all these people like Lupa and shit, who, let's be fucking serious, Lupa, how many people fucking watch?
Fuck no, dude.
I never heard.
Nobody.
The only people that watch.
She's boring as fucking sin. She's as boring as oatmeal.
Dude, the only people who was watching her back then were the fucking creepers, fucking trying to pick up on her, and fucking weirdos and shit. Dude, that was it. Dude, she wasn't ever good.
The biggest indication that Lupa is terrible at what she does is that now she feels she puts more chest in her videos now because the only way she's going to get people to watch her boring shit today is by appealing to the horn dogs. And now, and the sad thing is she's as flat as a fucking washboard.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there, with her chest out like, yeah, look at my tits. Please go to my channel. There's tits.
That's usually how it goes with those feminists, man. They usually don't really have much titties going on. I think that's a lot of the reason
and that's
why.
what I'm saying. She doesn't even have the tits to warrant people coming to her channel.
I'm like, isn't it like the thing about most of the creators that like have shit now is like you guys were literally making yourself carbon copies of critics. The only reason people watch Spoonie and Joe and anybody else because they actually had a little bit of their own individuality to it.
Yeah,
like,
they were fun.
I'm the nostalgia critic, but with tits. I'm the nostalgia critic, but I'm greasy.
Let me just point out. Let me just point out that Larry is dropping verbal text bombs of fucking shit that he could be in here saying verbally. Like Larry just said Machad wanted Juwario back on the site, but Pat Contry wouldn't let him leave Retroware. That's interesting. That would have been awesome. Get in here and say that with your voice.
Yes.
Wait, what does
Pat
fucking punk have to do with this? What?
The plot thickens.
I'll shut up and let you talk, bro. But get in here, Larry. You gotta get in here, bro.
Come on, Larry.
Come on.
What does Pat Contry have to do with any of this shit?
Well, it was Retroware. See, you had Juwario up on Retroware. Juwario was gonna go, see, and then fucking Pat's fucking twirling that mustache and ain't gonna fucking let it happen. You know what I'm saying?
And apparently the only way to get off of Retroware is by suicide. Oh shit, I went there.
No, too soon.
It's not too far from how you have to get off most fucking channel managers,
right?
Pat the Manny as fuck. Yeah, I could have this Mario shirt going on the entire stream. Why did I think of that?
That is one sec. Whenever I go to that gay rave, man, I'm gonna take you with me. You will make me the life of the party.
That is a pretty fucking cool shirt, though.
Dude, everybody keeps saying that, dude. Everybody keeps saying that, and I
Yeah, but the problem with a heart is that it's only cool if you shine a freaking strobe light
you shot RGB shit onto it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people don't understand. Like, I keep assuring people, I'm like, it's an interesting idea, but you're never gonna be in a situation where it's ever useful. And when you're wearing it, you can't actually see it happening. So it's not like you can look down.
Like you're gonna be walking down the street. Like you literally have to attract cops and have them like arrest you constantly so that their lights can be like.
That is true.
You have to basically commit a crime and be like, "Hey, everybody, look at my shirt! I'm being arrested!"
If I was a felon getting chased by the cops all the time, man, I'd be all over the news with that shirt fucking jumping off, dude. You wouldn't know what's up.
You'd be the most famous freaking, robber, rob the robber, or rob the thief,
Yeah.
Go freaking high suit with that shit on.
He's 6'1", he has red hair, and Mario is running really fast on his shirt. Okay, if you guys see this person, and they won't see me either because they'll see, I must not be him because that Mario's not moving at all, bitches. That's what's up. That would confuse the fuck out of them. If it was a Switch, it'd be cool. I think that would be kind of cool. Like maybe you could make the shirt. And I was thinking about that today, like with like a background, like something behind the shirt, and where if you switch it, maybe the lights could blink out of your chest. You could be like, I don't know, like fucking like Captain Planet or something. Like with something coming out.
A shirt of you as a cartoon.
Yeah. Something like that. Maybe shine the lights behind it. I don't know if that would work or not. I don't know. I'm thinking way too in depth.
How far are you into this document?
Dude, I am not even a fourth of the way through it, dude. And I'm just...
I've read the whole thing. And it's just hilarious.
Yeah. I mean...
You gotta scroll through this.
Well, you got the pop quiz hot shot thing where they got $90,000, and I think you touched upon that in your video.
Dude, I exposed that so many times on my channel. I made at least 3 videos on the subject, and nobody... Back in the day, they're like, "Oh, man, you're an asshole. There's no way Doug's going to keep the money." Yeah, here we are years later, and you still didn't get what you paid for. And
it's not even like the video was almost clever in the way that he did it, because he basically made a video saying, "Hey, bitches, I want your fucking money. Give it to me. I'm going to spend it." And you gave it to him, and it's not like he wasn't telling you in the video what he was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus
That
Christ.
fucking thing. Like, when I watched
$90,000.
$90,000.
They were supposed to make 40 episodes. They made 15 out of it. I don't know where the fuck, I don't know how that money got laundered. I don't know where the fuck it was shipped offshore with 90 grand for a $5,000 set at most.
Yeah.
At most. And anybody that defends Channel Awesome, you can't say it because I do this shit in my real life. I know how much these sets cost.
Yep.
I'm saying 5,000 very fucking liberally, okay?
Yeah.
Probably less than that. And then you're gonna pass it off like that's where your Indiegogo. And then they made another one for what else? Like,
they made another one that got 40 grand for another one of their projects.
So their entire fucking all their income stream that year, well, a big chunk of it was crowdfunded, but like none of it showcased any effort from where that. If I got 90 grand to make a game show, motherfucker, I'm gonna make that look like Price is Right at that point.
Fucking A,
No
dude.
shit. Mudahar is telling the fucking truth.
100%.
That is the fucking truth. Right there. That's the truth. Exactly. 90 grand buys you a lot more than these motherfuckers got.
Yeah. This isn't like, this isn't like big blockbuster shit here, people. Okay? Like, this is internet videos. You know how much all the videos I've ever made cost? Probably like $20. I did spend $20 on that alpha wig not too long ago. That's about it. Okay, it's an internet. It's internet videos, bitches. Like, of course they did it on Indiegogo too, because with Indiegogo you don't even have to reach the fucking goddamn goal, and you can just get that money. So
there's no accountability for this.
Yeah, you can just see
part.
it. You can see the gears turning, like, oh well, we got to do Indiegogo because then we can just get whatever money's given to us, because they knew they were going to get at least a little bit of it.
Yeah. And while we're at it, AVGN's $500,000 that he got to make his movie, I know that movie did not cost $500,000.
$500,000 for that. That's as questionable as The Room at what, 14 fucking million or some shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That did not cost $500,000. I can make that same movie and not have to spend $500,000. But hey, that's just me. People think people think these people don't pocket that money. Bullshit. They're pocketing that money.
Bullshit. Total fucking bullshit. If Kevin Smith can make Clerks, for like $3, then you guys can do it. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then the rest
100,000 maybe, 200,000 sure.
The rest for your set back in the regular video.
Exactly.
Well, we all seen how the AVGN movie turned out, bitches. Okay, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, you got to be the most delusional, fucking ridiculous AVGN fan to think that movie was even one iota of good. And I know one person who is like that. That traveled. This man. Okay, so story. This guy travels halfway across the fucking United States to see this fucking movie. And when he gets back, I ask him, because I'd already seen it at this point. Well, no, that ain't true. Not at that point. But he gets back, and I ask him how it was, and of course he's fucking raving about it. Because who's going to drive halfway across the United States like a fucking goon and then come back and say it was a waste of fucking time? Nobody. I haven't spoken to him in a long time. I wonder if his thoughts have changed. Because that's insanity. It's insanity.
Yeah. Well, I never watched the AVGN movie because I was like, oh, it's a skit. Who the fuck? I'm not gonna watch a skit. I don't give a
Not
shit.
only is it just a skit.
You watch it. I would love to hear your thoughts on it, because it's laughably bad. It's like really bad.
It's really bad.
It's amateurishly bad.
Oh god.
Dude, we're not talking Bugs Bunny shitting on someone's face. We're talking about a $500,000 Bugs Bunny shitting on someone's face, dude.
Shitting on somebody's face. Yeah, exactly, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's bad.
$500,000. It just shows, like, when they have budgets that high, it shows you, like, they're not actually film buffs at times, too, because they're putting... I can show you film people that will make a fucking masterpiece on $500, but you give them $500,000. You give any idiot $500,000, they'll make whatever comes to their head, some ADD clusterfuck, and that's it.
That's it, dude.
And that's basically what it was, a big ass clusterfuck, dude.
Just like Pop Quiz Hotshot, whatever. You gave them $150,000 for like C movie level fucking skits. Okay.
Me and Ace.
150. If we combine it, pull it.
Yeah, dude. Me and Asa said this in the beginning, dude. When this was going down, I remember we were talking about it, and I was talking to Larry, and I was talking to like all my friends at the time, and we were talking about this AVGN movie, and none of it made any sense at that time. It still doesn't make any sense. Because anybody with a brain will realize that this man reviews video games, okay? If you're going to make a movie that's going to be sold and he's going to make money from it, he cannot feature these video games in the movie, okay? He would have to license it and get... That's why in the movie... Dude, okay, so he reviews E.T. technically in the movie, but they call it like E-E-E... T-E-E. So it's E.T., but not really.
Yeah. He couldn't use the actual... Yeah, no, he does. He's telling you the truth. He couldn't actually use the E.T. thing for the movie, so
because the E.T. license itself probably would have cost like $4 million. So he wasn't even close.
Easily. Oh, you want to put E.T. in your movie? No, you better call it E-E-E-T-T-T-T. There you go.
Yeah.
It's
ridiculous. I mean, he did something...
He couldn't even do the Cheech and Chong version of that. E.T. the extra testicle.
It was ridiculous. And Larry, we talked about that, man. Yeah, Larry, we had a video. We reviewed that trailer, and we talked about it. And I even said before it even came out, I'm like, they're not going to be able to use video games in this. I was like, this is insane. And he did something with the E.T. video game. Like, he did like a half-ass attempt of a sort of review at the end of the movie, and it was really fucking weak sauce. So you watch this entire movie to get his opinions on this E.T. game, which by this point, everybody and their fucking dog has already reviewed E.T. We already know what's up with this game. We already know that it's been blown way out of proportion at this point. So by the time you get to the end of this movie, you don't even remotely care anymore. You already know it's not even, when he started filming it with the Atari cartridges being buried in the desert and all this stuff, at that point it was like a myth. It was like a legend. But by the time he gets the movie out, they pretty much already dug those motherfuckers up. We already know it's old news. It's weak sauce at that fucking point.
Yeah, the Xbox guys dug that shit up.
Yeah!
Oh my lord.
Yeah! Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's fucking weak sauce. It's so weird. Like, because he took so long to review it, by that point, it was like nobody fucking cared, dude. And, the problem with E.T., E.T.'s one of those games, okay, it's a bad game. But most people play E.T., they don't play it right. It's one of those E.T. games that you have to have strict instructions on how to play it, what to do, what means what, and it's kind of like Raiders of the Lost Ark. If you know how to play E.T., which I have played it and I've researched how to play it, it's not the worst game ever made. Okay, but the problem is,
it's still boring.
It's still bad. It's still bad. But at the same time, with that same thought process, a lot of people, you could say Raiders of the Lost Ark on the Atari is a worse game than E.T. because it's the same thing. It's so convoluted and fucking retarded in how it's set up that without an instruction manual, Raiders of the Lost Ark is a fucking pile of garbage. It's equally as bad as E.T. is. It's equally as bad because you have no idea what to do.
Ghostbusters is fucking worse.
Yeah, Ghostbusters is even worse than that.
I don't know how he played Ghostbusters on fucking Atari in that review, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't an ET, motherfucker. That game is far worse. There's a whole driving section that was literally a load screen.
Yeah,
Atari game. What?
Yes, dude. There's so many fucking Atari games like that, dude, that are just absolute fucking garbage. That somehow over a period of time, E.T. started getting blamed for it, and it's just not even the fucking case. The reason why E.T. gets most of the fucking bullshit is because it sold like fucking hotcakes at the time. A lot of people want to say that it was a failure, but it did sell a lot. Granted, a lot of them got returned, but but now it's getting to the point where I'm seeing copies of E.T. I saw a copy of E.T. for like $40 or something in the glass case at this game store the other day. I about had a stroke.
Dude, you just have to drive to New Mexico and just dig yourself up a copy.
Yeah, dude. When I come down there, dude, to visit you next month, we're gonna have to hit some game stores up for sure, dude.
Oh, hey, you're going to Arizona?
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Sweet.
I'm excited.
Yeah. If I knew
y'all want Asa and Rob to make videos in person, motherfuckers? It's gonna happen. We're
gonna remake that drunken punk shit that you're talking about. The shot for shot remake of him touching the leg. Please God,
yeah, dude, that's it. It's so funny you fucking said that because that's exactly what I'm gonna fucking do, dude. I fucking told Asa that we're gonna do that. I told David we're gonna do that. It's happening.
We're gonna sit him at the end, and I'm gonna have him fondle freaking Dave's legs.
Yeah. I'm gonna have the glasses on and everything, man. That's gonna be so fucking funny.
The best part is Silent Rob already promised that he was going to piss on the toilet. He was going to not know how to pack his bags, and he was going to lock himself out of the room at 3 in the morning.
There better not be one roach, dude. If there's one roach, my PTSD is gonna flare up so bad, dude. Oh, I can't handle it, bro. Can't handle it.
I'm gonna have to bring some roaches in. I'm gonna put a roach at your feet, and then it'll be awesome.
Is it gonna be channel awesome?
Is it confirmed awesome? You're coming? Is it confirmed you're coming, man?
Oh yeah, I'm coming, dude. I got the days off and everything.
Hells yeah,
it's
man.
Going down, my friend.
Hotter.
Dude, I wonder. I wonder. I've never been on. I mean, like I said, I'm 31. Never been on a plane. I know it's pathetic, but I wonder if I would be able to live stream me having a panic attack on the plane for the first time.
I know they sell you internet for a crazy high amount.
And I will buy it. I will buy it, and I will live stream me in the fucking plane seat, like.
Honestly, like it's more annoying because I got a flight too that's coming up, and it's gonna be because the overseas shit. Because I'm going to Tokyo, and the problem with that is the flights from here to Tokyo are like fucking 16 hours, but then it goes up to like a day plus.
Woo.
So you'd be sitting in a plane for like fucking 14 something hours, and it's not the height that scares you, it's just the fucking boredom of you sitting in there for 14 hours. Because I don't know if you're like me, but if you're sitting up in like 4,000 like fucking feet in the air, you're not falling asleep.
Yeah.
So you're up there 14 hours like some meth addict waiting to fucking land.
Well,
so does your ears?
I'm glad that I have the rare gene that I'm able to actually sleep on 16-hour flights.
Man, I remember going to that con for 8 hours.
It was
brutal. That 8-hour drive I did to that con to fucking see Alpha that one time was brutal. I could imagine that 13.
That was the one you went to see Alpha. And he fucking struck you off 8 hours of driving.
Dude, I think it was actually 10 hours. I think it was actually it took forever to get to there. We got lost too. It was brutal, dude.
Just for him to fucking snub you?
Yeah,
that sucks.
It was pathetic, dude. That motherfucker, dude. I was texting that mofo. He knew I was coming.
Y'all tell me should I snub him the moment he gets here?
Answer the door. Like when I get to your door, answer it, look at me, and then slam it in my face, dude.
yes. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna film that. I'm gonna film that.
I don't know who he is. What? Hey.
Do I know you, dude? Please. Get the fuck out of here.
Sky Harbor International fucking. I don't know who he is.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'll actually go to the airport and then he'll be like, hey, I'm here. And I'm like, who the fuck are you?
I know this guy, motherfucker, please.
Lord.
Dude,
I came to the airport to get something else.
Phoenix is nice. I went there about 2 times in my life, and it was just with me and a girl that I was with at the time. And it was
If you're saying Phoenix is nice, that means you must not have come between the months of May and August.
I came in May, but like I said, I'm fucking Indian, so like my skin works with like burning heat of Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I'd be fucked.
Dude, I'm gonna immediately get off the plane. I'm gonna get off the plane and immediately burst into flames, dude. Like a lit match, like boosh. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be done, dude. My skin is like tissue paper, dude. Like I'm not gonna survive this trip, dude.
It's gonna be a
You're gonna hate it.
I'm gonna have so much sunscreen on, dude. I'm gonna look like I just came out of a porno movie, dude. I got like this fucking shit all over me, dude.
Doesn't help down in Phoenix because it's so
sunscreen don't do shit for you here.
Because it's not humid. It's just straight fucking like heat, just sun hitting you.
Yep.
I just have like nightmares of like being in Phoenix and I'm on fire and there's like just giant, enormous dumpster fucking size spiders just all over me and roaches and it's like you know what I mean? Because you guys got some big ass fucking spiders too and shit too, don't you? You got some big ass spiders down there. I bet.
Oh, they got scorpions, dude. You guys got
spiders. We run the camera all the time.
Hey, you have to try to catch a lizard.
I ain't catching nothing.
Come on, the lizards are so cute.
I don't want to talk about anything with the bugs or the scorpions.
Lizards are so cute, though.
I don't care about no lizards.
Just try and catch one for me.
I'll bring a lizard on the plane.
No, I just want you to catch it and say you caught a lizard for me.
When I went to Australia, the hotel I was staying at, the fucking door frame like when you opened the door, it had like a flattened lizard inside it.
Oh shit!
Because I think some dude was so pissed off at whatever escort was in this room with him or something that he like banged the door off, and this poor fucking lizard just became 2-dimensional. That's my experience with them fucking cute ass lizards. And then you got the scorpions.
There's a news story. I saw one of the last news stories I ever read on Yahoo News because I'm not ever going back to Yahoo News.
Oh god, I saw your video on it. What the fuck was the Spider-Man shoes?
Bullshit. Well, I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I saw like somebody had a bag of like Trader Joe's kale, and it had a big ass fucking dead lizard that was about that fucking big up in that fucking bag. It was brutal, dude. It was brutal. But yeah, dude, I had to make that video, dude. And like I said, I don't get too political in my videos, but it's so obvious as to what's going on in the media at this point that anybody with a fucking brain can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people still have no idea about this fucking YouTube shooting. I've had to explain it to 3 different people about what even happened. And like I said in the video that I made, if it was a white guy that did it, we would know about this guy, where he went to school, who his friends were, all his websites, his social media profiles, every person he's ever met, interviews with people that have talked to him and shit. But no, instead, I guess we're just not going to talk about it. It's going to get swept under the fucking rug because it's not a fucking white male that fucking did it. I mean, you can't fucking...
because it's some chick that did it.
It's a liberal woman in a gun-free zone, okay? How's the fucking media going to swing that to their fucking benefit? Okay?
No, the worst part, not only a liberal woman, but also a liberal Muslim woman on top of that.
Yeah, somebody told me she wasn't Muslim. Well, somebody told me she wasn't, and then somebody told me she was.
I don't know if she was. I mean, like, being from that heritage myself, she sounds a little too psycho to even be part of that.
Yeah.
Just look up. Just look up Nasim Agdam. That's her name.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I saw her. She looks psycho as fuck. Don't get me wrong.
No, you know what's crazy is she looks like fucking Elliot Rodger with tits.
She does. Ever since you said that, it put a damper on it. I was like, yeah, I can't look at her anymore.
Seriously, look up Elliot Rodger and then look up fucking Nasim Agdam, and you'll see that they look exactly the same. It's ridiculous how much they look alike.
It's crazy. What's even funnier? What's even funnier? And I didn't bring this up to you, Asa, is that I went to her site before it got taken down. Like, all her shit, like, she's being wiped off the internet. Yeah. That's another thing. Is like all of her shit.
That's what YouTube does, dude.
It's like YouTube she never
deletes anybody who
existed. Exactly. And it's like one of those things where I went to her website before it was taken down. And what's even funnier is that her website was better designed than Channel Awesome was.
Let's not mince words, dudes. I've seen fucking GeoCities pages that were better designed.
Yep. I'll go to Maddox's site any fucking day of the fucking week over at fucking Channel Awesome, dude. That's the way it was. Channel Awesome, I tried to get into Channel Awesome and get to where I was getting to within 2 clicks. Get to that shit. Nostalgia Critic, get to his page. Because you have to hit that fucking drop-down box with 4,000 names of people that you never heard of and don't want to hear of, because God fucking forbid you're going to put a description or something as to what these people do and what they're about. Otherwise, it's just a list of fucking names. Like, what the fuck do I care about any of these motherfuckers? I'm not here for them. You know? Like, it's...
Dude, even Doug's other videos, like 5-second reviews, bum review. Who the fuck watched a bum review, honestly? Like... What was that about? Like, I'm homeless and I watched a movie?
Every time Doug tried to get out of his comfort zone of that Nostalgia Critic, it was a disaster. It was a disaster.
Yep.
And some people would even say Nostalgia Critic was a disaster. Like my brother. If I had my brother on, he'd be like, fuck that show, and he would just walk out. He hated it. He hated it. But like I said, I'll to this day, I'll go back and watch his early stuff. His really simple, sitting at the desk, talking about some movies, that's fine. That's what it should have stayed at, but no.
And his sketches weren't, he didn't have sketches. He literally would comment about some clip in a movie and point out the inconsistencies and make like a little, joke about it, and that was it. His videos went from like being 6 minutes long to 10 minutes to 20 to 30.
Yeah.
Now he makes fucking hour-long videos, and most of it is sketch. Back in the day, he didn't have to.
My brother would say that. My brother would be like, "Why are you watching a review of this movie when you could just watch the fucking movie? It's the same length, and it's fucking true.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
It's true.
There was also a thing too that I wondered for a lot of people who are, I guess, apex content creators who I guess knew what they were doing. They not at once realized that apex. When they were not at one point like realizing fucking when they were producing these videos, we're spending more money on these fucking pointless skits that nobody watches. Maybe if we wanted to, make this channel worthwhile, we just do the reviews and say fuck these expensive ass skits. Because some of these skits, to this point where you're like watching them, it's like, okay, now they put some serious, like, I guess semi-serious production value, but it's all in the wrong place. Like, why the Matrix video, you show me Keanu Reeves fucking up. I don't want to see you pretend to be Keanu Reeves fucking up. You don't need
Exactly.
Keanu does a great job.
Somebody watching a review should not be required to follow 14 fucking storylines like it's fucking Magnolia or something, okay? It's not!
Oh my Lord.
It's fucking not! It's a review, okay? Like, oh my god. Everybody has their comfort areas. I have my comfort areas. I know what I can do. I've tried to reach out from that stuff. I've made videos that you guys have never seen because they didn't work out. I know what I'm good at, and sometimes something don't work out. You trash it, you move on, you go to the next thing. I tried to make a video not too long ago where I did a video where I was pretending to be Carl from fucking Sling Blade. It was garbage. Nobody ever seen it because I trashed that fucking shit and burned it. You know what I'm saying? At some point, Doug needs people in his life to be like, dude, this is what you're good at. This is what you need to do. This is what you need, the path you need to go down. Everybody needs that push. And nobody in Doug's life, I really feel, ever fucking tries to guide him on like, dude, this is stupid. We're giving you the reins to the fucking, to drive this fucking goddamn wagon, and you're just fucking all over the goddamn place with it, dude. I think the worst thing, I was reading on this document, they were saying, like, he was the one directing a lot of the movies, so he would direct everybody and tell everybody to act like him, and just do the scene like me, you know what I'm saying?
God, that was a terrible thing. So anybody that wants to know a thing about directing, the worst director in the world that you can ever have is somebody that makes you do multiple takes.
Yep.
But in the fucking end, they only want their take.
Yep.
If a director had any testicles, they would only fucking make you do their take and not waste your time more. There are people that I talk to who will not work with the director anymore in any field if they find out that this dude acts like that. It just doesn't happen. And yet, him being a fucking, I guess, film genius decided to push that fucking mongoloid aspect out onto the rest of these fucking creators and cause absolute terrible production like deadlines. Actually, that's the whole reason a lot of these movies fucked up too, is because they stepped on the toes of every single aspect. I know they had a director of photography on this thing, like the article, like this document says. They mentioned this thing called the 180 rule. I don't know how fucking inept some of these directors at Channel Awesome are, and it's very hard for me not to say another very like-sounding word when I say awesome, so I can fill in the fucking blanks.
Yeah.
When they mentioned the 180 rule, they hired this is what I don't get. They hired a camera guy to film these movies. The camera guy gives legitimate ways to make this movie look better. 180 rule. These motherfuckers break it because I guess in their head their ego fucking takes over or something. I don't know what ego. Why do you hire somebody to do an aspect of your job but then deny them that job? Like, all of this movie, every production was so mismanaged that I'm surprised why they made it. Why they made 5 movies, like 6 movies. Like, why the fuck? How did you even get to 2?
Yeah. That's it. And
No,
if it was so bad...
That's the thing is, I used to make fun of those movies back in the day because they were just terrible. And my making fun of them always got my videos pulled from YouTube.
It did. It was me and Asa
know
did that,
the
man. Like we got flags at the ass for fucking spitting truth back then, dude. And it always comes around full fucking circle to where people come up to us later on and is like, you guys were right. You were right about this.
One of the aspects of mismanagement I don't see any other channel or anybody else thinking about was the atop the fourth wall move. Now, if you all don't remember in the comments, they had a $65,000 Indiegogo for this movie as well. So just 2/3 of the fucking, I guess, epic game show that they were making This movie cost them $65,000. The budgeting for this movie, which Linkar and everyone posted out before, showed me how inept they were anyways. Instead of fucking hiring people in Chicago where this movie was being filmed, they instead flew all of their friends out from fucking multiple parts of the States, international, all the way out to Chicago, and then had to pay them like fucking some bullshit extra fees to get them involved in this production. They spent, if you wanted to figure out, 4 times more than what they should have fucking had to do had they made these fucking movies. That shows you when you're giving these people this Indiegogo money, it's pointless fucking spending because you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time for these people to be playing around with a $60K budget with no brain cells to spend the $60K on.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you can do, man. That's like fucking giving a crackhead access to your fucking bank account right next to a drug dealer and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised they made it as far as they did with all of these allegations. I am so shocked I'm shocked these motherfuckers could file their taxes.
Yeah.
Like, this is making me fucking confused as hell. Like, how the fuck did you manage to have a business operate in this? How can you have a business operate when you don't even have fucking emails going out? Like, physical records of your shit going across. How do you have terrible human resource teams? How do you have terrible everything? Like, you people are getting sexually harassed left and right, which can... If you're part of any business, I'll tell you right now, a sexual harassment lawsuit makes every single person clench their asshole, because that thing would get you fucked. These motherfuckers had it in droves.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true, dude. I mean, that's the key. Like, that's a good point. I would hate to be their fucking lawyer or their accountant, dude. That'd be the worst fucking thing is to be their accountant.
I want to be the fly on the wall to their accounting or legal team, because I could only imagine the amount of fucking calls, the amount of mismanagement. Like, these motherfuckers are taking $60K to make a movie. I fucking bet you they didn't even factor out they had to give tax on the $60K they got. They probably blew it all away and then worried, Indiegogo for the tax fund, guys. We probably have to pay like $200,000 in taxes.
That's exactly it, dude. That is exactly it.
What's being spent at all?
I bet the IRS has a fucking 69-page document of these motherfuckers, dude. I guarantee it.
I bet you the next thing that happens out of this, the IRS is probably going to investigate. It's going to be the IRS fucking channel on. They have to investigate that.
That's exactly. Hey, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to the bathroom.
Where exactly did that $90,000 go? Well, it's in a bank in Switzerland right now.
I could imagine Mike Michaud sitting in the room and the other fucking executive staff at Channel in the IRS room when they're talking. They're like, so $90,000 for a game show, and this dude's just on a computer looking at the It's like, so you spent $90,000. He turns the monitor around slowly and just fucking moves it up this video to him, and it's like, that's where $90,000 went? Okay. I only imagine that's how it plays out. Thinking with all the movies, 6 movies, how much money you spent? I'm watching this movie, 3 hours? Yeah, don't look like no fucking $100,000 movie to me. It'll be channel audit, dude. That's what it comes down to.
Channel audit!
Channel audit, man. That pays the channel. They're gonna get audited by the IRS because of this shit. People are getting injured. They're gonna have federal examinations of how not to run a fucking. You know how DSP has how not to play this video game? This is how not to manage a fucking business. Like, literally down to a T. This is exactly how you shouldn't. You've got cases.
It's literally that's what this Google Doc should be called. A primer on how not to run a business.
Do you want to start an internet review company? Well, this is exactly how you.
Here's how not to.
Number one, don't hire 200 content creators that literally have no job experience past making videos on the internet. That's the biggest issue. They should have had 5-6 people max. Then they should have had 200-300 people. They shouldn't have had them extra. They put extra people into the fucking business who had no fucking mental case on how to make this shit, had no idea how to make this production, or their productions in general, and they just had them posting. They had no life experience, essentially. Like, none of these motherfuckers knew anything, aside from making cringy videos on the internet. That's why it fucked up, because they didn't know how to operate in adult worlds.
I want to know how some of these people even got hired in the first place. Like fucking Lupa, you see her prior to That Guy with the Glasses videos, and you go, well, so what? Why should I hire this person? I don't know. Did she flash her tits to them enough times, or You know,
I swear, there was like a 4chan leak of like everybody getting casting couched on that
Not
fucking.
much.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. Like how on earth did such untalented people get on that website?
And then, like, how do you have an ego from like, oh, I got 200 views on this site, so I mean, I guess I'm fucking Roger Ebert at this point, like commentary. I'm like, what? You got 200 views, guys. Irate gamers fucking laughing at me.
I was out of the room. I heard you guys talking about tits or something, man. You guys cannot be talking about tits when I'm not in the room, dude. I gotta be here.
We're talking about how people got hired on it. Like everybody on the staff. Like, was there a glory hole session? Was there a casting couch?
I don't know how some of these people even like. Okay, seriously, how the hell did Todd of the Shadows ever be in there? The guy's boring as fuck. You know?
How the fuck did Amazing Atheist get on after he fucking dipped his balls in oil is what I'm wondering. How the fuck did that get hired on?
They not just dipped his balls in oil, but shoved a banana up his ass too.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Like, you gotta realize they're in the interview phase. Awesome. And then like every fucking employer does it. I've done this numerous times. The dude's name, I've checked social media, literally in front of their hello. If I saw a dude shoving a banana up his ass, I'd be like, can you explain this? Like, I mean, you don't have to, but...
Explain this? I'd be escorting him out of the friggin' office. No, actually, what you don't realize...
I'm not as eccentric as Channel Awesome. I don't think I have too much of a pool.
Yeah.
Then again, Mudahar, I think what you're missing here is the other half of that oil burning thing, because... That video, you didn't see the whole video of him. See, the person that was cooking the oil for him to dip his balls in was actually Nostalgia Critic. That's how
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah, that was the interview phase. Okay, before you get on the site of Channel Awesome, you have to prove how special you are.
I'm surprised Amazing Atheist ain't on this fucking list as one of the people.
You only saw the video of him dipping his balls in the oil. You didn't see the previous part of that, which was the guys at Channel Awesome cooking the oil for him.
Amazing Atheist is on this list right under Nostalgia Chick being like, yeah, they made me put bananas up my ass and oil on my baby dick in order to get on the site.
Why would the Walkers hire anyone as good or better? They did, though, at the time. Spoony was probably the fucking best creator on the site.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. And that's the thing. Like, people will talk about Spoony, you know, like, and some people will just go full fledged, like, fuck Spoony, he was never good. No, Spoony was the shit back then. It was what it was. This guy had talent, and when he left that site, that was. I mean, I did watch his stuff on that site. So literally, him and Nostalgia Critic are the only two people I ever seen on that fucking site. He left. That was 50% of it gone right there. And that was a big fucking blow. He was so significant, they actually said something about it. You would see people disappear off that site all the fucking time, and you never know why. But for Spoony, they're like, yeah, this sucks. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I even Noah, like, barely said anything on this fucking thing about it. I can't remember what his posts were. He didn't say nothing at all on this. It was,
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I don't think he gives a fuck.
That's how you know who has the integrity out of them, because the people that should be... Like, the people that left. Like, they didn't fucking bother bad-mouthing anyone. They just up and left. They didn't fucking tie their futures to them. They went off and did their own thing.
Yeah.
And that's the ironic part. The people that left the site ended up being more successful than, if not more, than what Channel Awesome was. Like, even Spoony at some point was getting the fucking Patreon funding, at least half of what the entirety of Channel Awesome was getting at his height. What the fuck, man?
See, I would want to be the guy on Channel Awesome that makes a video called Fuck Channel Awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would want to do that.
Do they ever try to recruit you guys? None of you guys make videos.
No, but there's a rumor going around that I apparently wanted to join the site, even though nobody's ever brought any evidence about this.
I think I may have back in the day for shits and giggles, like, either filled out my information or some kind of funny thing, because I remember being on the site and seeing how the process worked, but I can't remember if I did it or if I just wanted to see, like, how many hoops these motherfuckers were going to make you jump through to get to this fucking shit. But I can't remember. It was a long time ago at this point.
What was the application process from what you remember on?
I think
he had to dip his balls in oil.
Yeah, dude. It involved bananas.
No, it's gotta be the third tier step, man. That's a lot of oil and burnt balls right there. Come on.
It was ridiculous, dude. But I find it funny, like, looking through this list, it is definitely Obscurus Lupa with the most amount of shit. And it's not surprising, you know what I mean?
The only thing that pisses me off...
Look up Owen Citizen, dude. I mean, Owen Citizen, how the fuck did you end up on freaking that guy with the glasses? You're talentless fuck.
The only thing that drives me insane with, like, Lupa is, like, fucking... Like, the one thing that completely invalidates is she was there the whole time. And she had a fucking high position there, too. That's one thing y'all...
So did Linkara. Both Lupa and Linkara are the highest profile names on that document.
Act like they're really, you know, progressive, worrying about, you know, social issues. You should have been worrying about your social issue when you were leading that site. You're literally as bad as even Mike, in my opinion. Like, fucking... Yeah. You're complicit.
Yeah.
To comply with this shit is as guilty as being Mike. Right?
Yeah.
You literally let this happen to all the people below you.
Yep.
Without even thinking twice, because you were still making your fucking, I guess, bucks at the time. And then as soon as your money dried up, that's when morals suddenly decided, oh well, I guess.
Yeah. Correct. Hey, you win a cookie, Muda.
Yeah,
that's exactly what my video's all about. That's why I don't shed a single tear for Lupa, because she's
don't shed a tear.
No, they thought they were at the top of the mountain, dude. Like, they thought they were untouchable. Like, it's funny, too, because of the way they did things, like with Mars Girl, and I was reading this earlier, about with Mars Girl and that chick with the goggles, and Nostalgia Chick, they all competed in that contest, a contest to be on their site, to post videos on their site, okay? Nostalgia Chick wins the contest.
They'd already picked the winner ahead of time.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Nostalgia Chick won the contest, but you have Mars Girl, and then the other chick with the goggles that are just like, well, you guys can also be on the site too, okay? So, there is no real prize. It was like, hey, everybody that entered, come on, you know what I mean? Like, it's obvious scam.
The prize was the official winner got to call herself the Nostalgia Chick.
I wouldn't want to call, I would want a better name than that, personally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because obviously,
the Nostalgia Chick was the absolute worst. If you ever watch a Nostalgia Chick video, and if you can sit through that shit without yawning, dude, you are a hero.
She's brutal. She's brutal.
What also is like another thing that too is like they had the most like high school drama on this fucking site imaginable. Like, okay, when you're professionals working in a professional business, high school drama is that it just stays in high school. Nobody's gonna fucking be quiet, like no lack. Like, I'm not gonna talk to this person because I don't really fucking like them too much.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, grow up, okay? It's big boy time. It's adult time. Let's be adults and let's talk like adults. But like I said, they're all fucking. It's a whole cartel of man children, and they're children. They never grew the fuck up. Most of these people came to the site making videos from their fucking parents' bedroom. That was none of it.
Yes.
Nobody here, very minimal amount of people have actual experience in life. And those that did ran the fuck out of here. They left. They were like, I'm not going to fucking sit with me. I'm not going to sit with a guy that is not too fucking intelligent enough to make his own nostalgia critic character and be freed from the shackles of Mike Machode.
Yes.
Nobody's going to fucking stick around.
Yes. Dude.
That's it.
Totally. These people that make fucking videos in their bedrooms that buy a plane ticket to fly across the United States to make a video in someone else's bedroom. You know what I'm saying? What makes you think you're so fucking special? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to me. You know, like, I guess it was as close to any of them were ever going to get to fucking fame. I mean...
Well, that's sort of the thing. They got their fame, if you want to call it fame. But, like, they treated it like they were some A-list, it was like, I guess Luca just thought she was fucking Jennifer Aniston or something.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like, these motherfuckers, I remember, like, seeing some of these people at conventions and stuff, and they had this aura of, like, I guess, like, aura of fucking being superior than everyone else. Like,
thank you. Oh my god, this guy gets it.
I told you, man. Muda knows what's up, dude.
They don't.
Muda knows what's up, exactly.
But they never fucking, like, you go to a convention, you gotta fucking connect with your fan base. You can't just go to it and act like fucking hot shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you go to a convention about fucking Magic the Gathering, guess what, motherfucker? You're at a Magic the Gathering convention. You're not at the fucking, AVMs or some shit like that. You're not at some big-ass convention. Just stick to where you're at. Embrace it.
Let me give you a comparison here for you, all right? Because you remind me of something that is topical. There's a band that I'm sure you both have heard of called Twisted Sister that broke up in 2016.
Yep.
Prior to their breakup, okay, so here's the thing: they have their famous song "We're Not Gonna Take It Anymore," right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in us South Americans, because we speak Spanish, we don't speak English. We're not familiar with the language. We love the song, but there's a misheard lyric in Spanish that made the song really popular in South America, and it goes instead of "we're not gonna take it," they go "huevos con aceite." No, huevos con aceite, huevos con aceite. And here's the thing is, they're such great performers. Back in 2013, and you can look this up on YouTube actually, they had a concert in South America, in Chile, where the frickin' lead singer, what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyhow, the lead singer of Twisted Sister, frickin' whatever.
D. Snyder.
D. Snyder. Thank you, D. Snyder. D. Snyder stops, in the middle of his concert, and he lets his fans come closer to the stage. Huge stage, and he gets right in the middle of them, and tells them, "Huevos con aceite." No, that's what you've been singing all along. All right, then everybody get together and sing "Huevos con aceite" with me. And he sung it. He sung their version of the song with the misheard lyrics. That is what a true artist does with their fans.
Yeah.
You get in the. I mean, I gain so much respect for D. Snyder for doing that, because he basically gets the joke. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna make the joke mine now. You know what I mean? That is what you do. Instead, now look at the contributors of Channel Awesome. Instead of getting with their fans and really making their fans love them, no, they all act aloof and high and mighty, and some of them don't even want to brush up against their fans because they're just.
That's what I never figured out. These motherfuckers are like, they're always they have this aura of superiority amongst everyone. Like, dude,
correct.
With the crowd that made you, like this crowd that like you appeal to, and you made your entire job appeal to, go in it. Like, fuck.
It was bizarre.
So yeah, that's the mark of a true famous person. I mean, see, D. Snyder, very freaking famous, and that's why he can actually make his fans love him more by giving them exactly what they want, which is to have him jokingly sing the lyrics that they have sung all their lives. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Rap Critic is the only one who didn't do stupid shit.
Rap Critic.
Oh yeah, exactly. Doug, but he reviews hip hop music. That's the idea.
Yeah, all of them are Doug, but blank.
Yeah.
It's just Doug, but like multiple different versions of fucking what he did.
Yeah,
Doug, but he reviews country music.
Yeah, Lupa is Doug, but has tits and no talent.
I wouldn't say she has tits. I wouldn't know if I would go that far.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, she doesn't even have tits.
Wouldn't even go that far.
Back in the day, that was like the only fucking talent. Yeah, and the thing about it that pissed, like, feminist SJW shit too, it's like, you literally appealed, just like a Twitch cam girl at the fucking time. Why the fuck are you speaking out against it? You used it when it was for you, or you tried to. Now you're gonna speak out against that shit?
These motherfuckers knew. Yeah. They fucking knew. You're not gonna fucking go along with this. You do these movies, and one of the stories here they were talking about, when they were filming the Death of Nostalgia Critic at the end of that one movie, the script and everything talked like everybody else was going to be retiring and quitting and stuff like that too, and it kind of angered them. But you guys got to realize that it's the fucking truth. That shows you right there, that statement, that you guys' heads were so big, you would think that people would actually come to the site to see you guys. I mean, that's a fucking, it's a joke. They never had the
viewership at any point. Like, that's what I always want to state too. Like, when I mentioned this on a stream late, they were only getting 50, 60 fucking views.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
Like, maybe they were playing ignorant. Maybe it's like the people that turn off fucking viewer counts on Twitch or whatever, and it's like, well, I'm getting like 55 million views and I'm getting 0. I mean, let's fucking be honest here. Your chat ain't moving.
Yeah,
probably speaks how many. 55 million people don't just lurk. Just like one fucking comment out of 30,000 people you think are watching the video. Not just one commenter. It should be more like 200-300.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, let's...
Nobody's gonna spend their whole day, even back then, clicking on random names in a list. Their site was literally, for many years, and still basically is, a list of names. That's sometimes there's this name there, sometimes there's this name there. But it wasn't even like it was an attractive color. It was like just everything about it, just like the site just like made you just hate yourself and hate life when you're surfing it because it was terrible. Nothing worked right on it. And it was just like, and everybody wanted that. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted to be on this crappy GeoCities website. Like, it was crazy, dude. And it was so obvious to everybody as to why. It wasn't...
I'm on their site right now, Channel Awesome, when you're saying shitty layouts.
Yeah.
Like, you go to their site right now, it's home, Channel Awesome, those forums probably untouched as fuck, or they're lit on fire with this current drama that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Shows, you've got, video games, movie, TV, comic, but then Channel Awesome, it's like two separate, like, you got your high tier. This is the shows you should watch. This is the shows that... Fuck them. All right, we just put them on there because we have a contract. Like, but these are the ones.
And then there's the shows that you'll absolutely never see.
Yeah, exactly. They had no idea how to manage their. Like, if they had less people making content, but better produced content, because here's the thing: Nostalgia Critic, he had some effort put into his videos. That we can agree. Then you go to fucking Mars Girl, all that other stuff, and like I haven't watched the video, but I'm gonna make a blanket statement over here. But most of the other content creators, it was like a less. It was a less effort fucking Nostalgia Critic production. Like, they were just screaming into their camera like their fucking 640p webcam at the time. All right, 15 frames per second. And they fucking threw that shit onto Vegas, rendered it out, and said, "Well, we're done. Just post the video." Movie Maker, sorry, what am I saying? Movie Maker. Posted it online and said, "That's my work for the week. Better go on making something else." And you also see the other thing in the document too, like they couldn't watch movies, like they couldn't watch the same movie.
Yeah. There was a thing in it. There was a thing in it that where this would have been. This is the point where I was reading this document and I was like, these people are either idiots or they're playing dumb. Okay, there's a point when they were making those movies, and you guys remember all the little combo movies they'd make. So they're all at the hotel, and one person would come over to their hotel and film with them, and they had these little collaboration deals. You know what I'm saying? Well, it turns out that Channel Awesome was making all these guys give Channel Awesome those videos, and they would get the stuff. Like,
yes.
And like, seriously, if somebody asks you to do something like that, and you go along with, you think that's a good idea? You think that this site actually gives a fuck about you at this point? Okay, you're not being. It's travel. You got that. You got the lodging, but everything else, they're taking everything else from you. Your time, no money in the foreseeable future, even off the collab videos. They're not even going to give you that, then they don't give a fuck about you.
And they didn't even feed him. they didn't even bother feeding him on the set.
Ridiculous.
Or giving him water, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's just... It's ridiculous.
That's what I didn't get. Like, it does see the intelligence of some of these idiots that made content for the site. Like, okay, you're gonna fly out and film some movie that you're not gonna get any exposure off. Be fucking serious here. Okay, fine. You go out and you film this fucking movie. What the fuck are you doing when you're giving them the content you produce with your own hours put into it so they can make money off your content to quote unquote pay back for the production budget for this movie? What? Where's the logic there? What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
It's not like they gained that much notoriety anyway, so how the hell would they sell their souls for that?
You read it, if you read this, you can kind of see like how full of themselves they are when you're reading some of this stuff. You're like, what the stuff with Benzai's like, oh, I found my fortune elsewhere, and blah, 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 like talking about this shit. This motherfucker had to start speaking his fucking native language for anybody to fucking watch him, because Benzai was horrible, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could not stand fucking watching him. I looked him up. He's doing all right, but he's speaking. What is he? Is he French or something? I can't remember. He ain't speaking English.
Benzai is French.
That's what I thought. So it's so interesting, dude. Like how you have all these stories and all this stuff that if half of it, if you guys just would have came out and said this shit in the beginning, Would have been nice. Would have been nice.
I would have respected them if they had actually like backed me up back in the day instead of censored me back in the day.
Oh, because they were getting paid at the time. Don't worry about that.
Exactly.
You can't bite the hand that feeds you until
I'm curious. I'm really curious as to like how much the average creator actually brought in. That would be that's one question I had fucking ready for like Leary.
The average content creator brought to the site.
Yeah, like how much was the average that they would actually make to make this whole ordeal even remotely worth it? I can't even imagine.
Like it goes down to like how much it'll like Alexa's an interesting way. It's like very detailed, but it'll give you a range that's somewhere within there.
Yeah.
It'll be a little bigger, like it's a wide range, but generally it's within the lower spectrum of it. Obviously, Nostalgia Critic, most likely bringing in, I would say, at the height of his popularity for Channel Awesome, 200,000 something a year.
I can believe that.
50-ish thousand, I would say that's what he would bring down. The other content creators like Spoonie would probably add, I would say, 150, 200,000 if we're talking about ad sales, roughly at the time. I'm going to make a very raw estimate. Don't take this as fact, but just a general assumption. I'm pretty sure every other content creator, like Lupa, like Phaelus, like every other, like, I want to say, like, lower tier, the non-popular ones, wouldn't have been more than a couple fucking, if most, 1,000 something.
Yeah.
Like 1,000. They were getting paid out of the residuals from Nostalgia Critic, which, again, may I remind people, terrible business decision. If your talent isn't making more, but you're paying them to stay more, that is a terrible... The thing with Channel Awesome, I feel, is laziness and running their business. They got a pool of money, and they look at their pool of money, it's like, this is what we're going to pay people out of. You forget to look at who the fuck is actually bringing in the money versus you paying out people that, frankly, you're losing your cash on. But like I said, Mike was pretty much the most silent of CEOs possible. I'm pretty sure that dude played Halo more than he ever fucking looked at his company. So what the fuck would he matter? As long as he gets his due and everyone else gets theirs, then what happens in management? Fuck the burning train wreck that we have. We'll just ignore it for 5 years until this document reveals.
Yeah. That's one of the things that actually surprised me.
8 years, actually.
Yeah. Well, I read that when I was reading this document. One of the first things on it is like fucking Lupa talking about getting yelled at about putting like extra mid-rolls in the middle of her mid-roll ads in her fucking videos to be able to actually eat and like live. She actually put that. She said something like that. Like I needed to actually live.
So then that to me that implies that we're talking about like
very little
to pay your rent.
Very
and
little.
Barely enough to buy the fucking ramen.
So you're sitting there with your bowl of ramen noodles that has bankrupted you, and this site that's giving you this situation right now, and you don't fucking speak up about any of this. Like I said, Lupa is the majority of it. Is a lot of it, and I even seen comments because I left a fucking comment on her one of her newer videos, and I fucking seen and like there's people congratulating her, like patting her on the fucking back. You know, like, it's like, are you fucking serious? Like, for what? For being a coward for 8 years and then coming out and trying to fucking lay this on everybody all of a sudden? You know, like, I'm not buying it.
How are you so connected to the site, willing make an income of like grand of fucking years, barely make ends meet, still defend keeping you afloat? Yeah. They were too lazy to not go get a different job. You can get paid more than minimum fucking wage in America.
Yeah, you're defending a site
that's just the thing is it's less lazy and more complacent. You know what I mean?
Complacent's a good word for it.
Complacency, for sure. It has to fucking be lazy.
A little bit of laziness, I guess.
A little bit it has to be. These motherfuckers could not have lived to the ages that they are at now and decided, wow, it's profitable for me to work a fucking 9 to 5. So I could actually not have to say that I'm trying to put an extra mid-roll so I can eat my ramen cup noodles for the day and stay in my apartment. Like, motherfucker, at some point, a fucking light bulb has to ding in your head and say, wow, where were the parents in all this? Like, shouldn't mommy and daddy have been like, son, daughter, aren't you, how are you living your adult life? $7,000 a year on Channel Awesome. Oh, okay, all right. Is that going to get you anywhere in future? No?
No.
What? Like at some point they have to say something. It's like they
I just imagine them like in the wintertime in their house with like no heat and the snow's blowing in like a hole in the fucking roof, and they got their Charlie Brown Christmas tree with the one ornament tipped over, you know what I mean? And they got like just like one bite, like half a bite of like stale ramen left, and like, oh, I want to thank you, Channel Awesome, for blessing me with this feast. Oh God, you know, I would never say anything bad about you guys until 8 years later when it doesn't even fucking matter, you motherfuckers. It don't fucking work that way, bitches.
Yeah, especially, I mean, what can they hope to get out of it? Because, like, I'm trying to see what the end game is here. Why are you tossing Channel Awesome under the bus now? Is it for monetary gain? Then go ahead and sue them, because if you have a case...
$300 a year, they were only making $300 a year.
Yeah, and that's just
when the brain kicks in and says, I think I need more than $300.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what the funny...
What is their end game? They can't sue them. They can't freaking... All they can do is get internet drama out of it.
You know what's really funny, Ace? I was thinking about this today. The video you just dropped has already gotten more views than like the last 10 Obscurus Lupa videos, so...
Yeah,
I think that pretty much fucking speaks for itself. So
I gotta say, I'm pretty sure they brought more content creators. This is just my speculation. Mike, you gotta be running a money laundering scheme, and I want to know exactly what.
You want to see how he turned 90 grand into zero, right?
I want to see like what kind of fucking anti-Juarez cartel level accounting they're fucking doing. Like, what the fuck is going on? Where they're doing this crazy calculation to magically make 90 grand disappear into a 5 grand production. I'm just saying.
Well, hang on. Has anybody ever seen Mike Michaud and El Chapo in the same,
No, they have not.
There you go. Hey, confirmed.
We haven't seen Mike make a video now. He's probably in
the Channel Awesome Conspiracy Theories. We got like a new show here, dude. We're gonna do it. Illuminati.
No, actually, that's an unfair comparison. At least El Chapo is fucking
right. At least El Chapo has a work ethic.
Yeah, he has a work ethic. All right, he has a violent but very effective work ethic. Oh God. Yeah, I'm even further if you look into it, now I'm at the point where they're like nobody was allowed to make a fucking Patreon or some shit. Like what? That's the only way they could have stayed afloat.
Exactly. We don't want to pay you, but we don't want you to e-beg either.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we don't want you to e-beg, but like you're gonna have like 3 or 4 different fucking Indiegogos instead of 4.
Exactly. Yeah, it starts to smack of hypocrisy, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they're like, we made an executive business decision. Like
yeah, I know. When it does.
Hey guys, we're this company, our money isn't coming in. Let's beg on the streets. Executive decision making, guys.
Executive decision. We had an executive decision to have him, sit outside the building with a cup and a hat and dance for pennies out there.
Hey, Mike Ellis, when you asked that guy how good his balls felt, was that an executive decision as well? Is that also an executive choice?
Oh, man.
Now I'm at the perceived rivalry with Screw Attack. What rivalry? Screw Attack went on and actually became a functioning media corp. You guys floundered. You have to be stupid to think like that is the thing that drives me up the ass. Like these guys are in a fucking competition. Nobody, Delta and United Airlines aren't sitting in their offices going like, how the fuck do we shoot up the United offices or vice versa? Motherfuckers. I fucking hate them. Like nobody thinks that. All right. Yeah. They actually end up trying to. Microsoft and Apple don't sit in their office and it's like, man, fuck the iPhone. We're gonna blow up Apple the other day. Can't do that. YouTube had a fucking issue, dude. Can't be doing it as soon as them.
But then again, there is one history: the Nintendo versus Sega saga back in the 90s. Remember those commercials? Man. Genesis does what Nintendo don't. So I mean, there is a history of this.
Oh yeah. Oh well, that was just cheeky fun, but.
Yeah, right.
they were.
Dude, I don't know. Kids on the playground back then lost their fucking lives picking a side at that war, dude.
Kids back in the playground, even when PlayStation 3 and 360 came out, lost their fucking minds.
Dude, I was that kid. I was going out hanging with the Sega side, then I go over hang with the Super Nintendo side, hang with the PlayStation side. I was that cat at them all, dude. I didn't play around. Yeah, so I didn't fuck around when it came to gaming.
There was like N64 and shit. Every fucking kid was like, ooh, N64. Everyone had an N64.
Dude, even back then, well, N64,
Everybody had
that's
one.
what I mean. Everybody had it in the 64, but then everybody had like 2 games for it because they're expensive as fucking holy hell, and you know.
Oh, I had
And the library was terrible.
It was terrible.
If the game wasn't called Mario or Zelda, it sucked.
I had a PlayStation at the time, and everyone's like, man, it's all about Nintendo. As soon as Final Gear starts hitting out and shit, they're like, you have a PlayStation? Can I come over? No, bitch, you made fun of me at the time. I'm not going to let you, piece of crap. What the fuck?
Exactly.
You said Metal Gear looked like dog shit. Now you're saying it's amazing? Oh, because my CD can hold Final Fantasy and your cartridge can't? Well, terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, my cousin would always my cousin would tell me how the graphics were really awesome. Like, I remember, like, when I went over to his place, and he had Ocarina of Time, and I was like, dude, the ground looks like ass. Like, what happened? Like, even at the time, I was like, what the fuck? Because I'm used to playing FF7. And I'm
Dude,
like, wow,
I vividly remember that, dude. I remember playing some of those in the 64 games and like messing with my TV settings. I was like, there's no way it's this foggy. You know what I'm saying? Like, who would make something like this? Like, with Turok, I remember with Turok, even back then, I was just like, there's too much fog. That would be my review of the game. Back then would have been like too much fog. It was my number one complaint.
Well, the game's graphics are really amazing. Put ahead of it.
But yeah, we can't show any of it to you guys, but this fog is pretty fucking awesome. And that's what, even the remake, they kept the fog.
We can describe it to you.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, like, even Resident Evil 2, I remember the game that I fucking loved on Play 1. I saw the N64 version of that game, and I was like, what happened to the FMVs of this?
Oh, God, yeah.
Am I watching a bootleg video? Do you have a pirated cartridge? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's why PS1 got a lot more playtime. Well, I mean, when you're a kid and your parents bring you to a store to get a video game and you have a choice between an $80 fucking game or like, there's so many $10, $20 PlayStation games, man. Like, you could go to the store as a kid and you're with $40 and come home with 3 or 4 games, you know what I mean? N64, you weren't even halfway to
they're
one.
They're worth more, too. Like,
yeah, and they're worth more.
One of the games that I ended up getting back, my dad actually ended up getting, it was like Tomba 2. You got it for fucking $8 at a time.
Now it's worth,
like
$200 fucking dollars.
Yeah, Nintendo's going like, well, who's the fool now?
Yeah, dude, my PlayStation collection.
It was just a big fuck you back to Nintendo from PlayStation. If Nintendo hadn't had the PlayStation, now PlayStation's the most fucking dominant.
Here's the best PlayStation game right there, bitches.
I'm a PlayStation guy myself. At this point, like, it's weird because Nintendo used to be the primary system that everyone would try to get, and now it's like, you can't just only have it.
Well, what's funny is that back in the day, Sony tried to cut a deal with Nintendo to be the suppliers of Nintendo's first CD thing, and then they ended up signing on with Philips instead. But then they fucked their thing with their contract with Philips, and Philips ended up releasing the Philips CDI. So,
we got an amazing game, dude. Zelda 1.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Everybody remembers those great Zelda and Mario games on the Philips CDI, right?
Holy fuck, those were just amazing. That was
just a great Nintendo decision right there.
They didn't even call it a Nintendo system. It was fucking that bad. They didn't even bother putting their branding on it. It was just it's
because they realized, oh shit, we backed the wrong horse on this one.
And that's the whole thing.
Should have gone with Sony, Nintendo. You had the chance, but you went with Philips.
All the big games at the time, Final Fantasy, Metal Gear, even games that just started their whole run, Silent Hill, they all just switched to PlayStation backwards.
Yep.
And you guys, some of you guys don't realize, it's not like Xbox One and PS4 now. There's really not that much different between the two systems now. Every time, like, when I game, I'm always like, he's bringing sweet. He showed Bubsy last time on camera. I don't know how much do you spend on Bubsy?
Dude, I got my PS1 collection is legendary, dude. Like, I got so many good. Dude, there ain't a PS1 game. Like, literally, the only PS1 game I think I even need anymore that is Diablo on the PS1, dude. And like, I've been on a voyage, and you guys have seen that when I was talking about that Clarkade, man. I'm trying to find Diablo at a decent price. I mean, I could get it on Amazon or eBay or something. It'll take all the fun out of it. But I've been on this quest for so long because a lot of my games I found at stores. Suikoden I found with the guide for like, I think it was $100 or something. The guide's worth like that much. Dude, it was like 100, 120, I think. And the guide by itself now is that. Yeah, this was a while ago. Clarkade, it would have been $2,000 just for the guide. Just for the guide. Easily.
Oh man, no,
this right here is going
for me that are
fucking
putting
expensive.
Pro carts of Chrono Trigger for like $300.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. Chrono Trigger finally came down.
The only way it's worth $300 is if they give you the box and a blowjob to go with it.
Dude, I say this to anybody that like buys some of these cartridges for $200. All right, you're gonna buy a cartridge, but you realize the cartridge also oxidizes and becomes useless after like a while. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, you want to play the game really badly? Yeah. How about you get a ROM of it? No, that's taking money away from
It's
the
illegal.
game. You buying the used game isn't giving Square any fucking money.
That's
Square's
illegal.
not seeing a dime of your $200.
You can't play ROMs unless you own.
The only one running to the bank with that shit is the guy you just handed the $200 to.
Oh my god, that's the thing too. Like when I got so into the craze of it, 'cause I was in it for 2016, 2017, buying shit for PlayStation 2 and 1. And even for the newer systems, like I always like to buy the weird shit for a PS4 and Xbox One, like the really weird Japanese or European games, like the really shitty ones. So I can always have like the 1.0 version of it, like No Man's Sky, for instance, right? Like I'm like I gotta have the disc copy, so like 10 years down the road, if I ever have kids and they're like, "What was the shittiest game ever?" and I say No Man's Sky, and they're like, "But it was updated." No, son, I have the disc copy of it. You can play it just like I did. Castlevania, yes.
I got 3 copies of Symphony of the Night. It's an interesting story. Like, this was my childhood when I lost the fucking book to it. but I've always kept it because this fucking game. I'm surprised it didn't melt. It was like spinning so fucking much back in the day. Let me tell you. This is a black label I fucking bought. It's like in pristine fucking condition. And this one I got for $5 fucking at a bookstore one time, bitches. I left the tag on it for a long time. It was $5 fucking. I about had a Strizoke. This wasn't even that long ago, and it was like I'm going through the fucking like the music CDs, and this was like $5. And I was like, wow. So every now and then you can get yourselves a deal. I love Symphony of the Night though. It's a damn.
Yeah, but enough to have 3 copies of it, dude.
3 copies, dude. I mean,
Man, I can't
turn it down.
I somehow like looked at my game library, and like the problem is you tend to forget how much shit you actually spend on this stuff. So like, you look at your gaming library, you're like I looked at it right now, and I'm like, I have like 3 copies of GTA 5. What the fuck happened?
I was looking at my PS1 games. I was looking at my PS1 games the other day. I was like, if I started now and tried to beat every single one of these, I don't have enough time in my life to do that.
Oh my god!
I would die.
I just beat FF10 the other day. That was so. I beat FF10 for the first time. And I will say this right now. I love the game, but I will say this right now. There is somewhat. I feel like when you get to the Mount Gagaset part of that game, like the snowy mountain peaks, you know, again. Yeah. I feel like the guy who designed that whole section had a breakup that day.
Yes.
Coffee, because holy fucking shit, the difficulty spike that happens in that section of the game. It's like before that part, enemy difficulty, 3,000 HP. That area, 30,000 HP and fucking all one-hit attacks.
Yeah. Isn't there like a hardest fucking balls fucking Seymour battle like around that area too? That's just fucking ridiculous.
They have the Seymour battle, the third one, which was difficult, yes, and then the fourth one was really fucking easy.
Yeah.
And then after that, the last boss of this game is a fucking bitch slap to your face.
Oh god, dude, I had to do some leveling at that point.
So let me tell you what I did. Because I was trying to do the leveling, and I was like, get the Celestial weapon. FF10 has the fucking most expansive endgame you can imagine. Like, these motherfuckers were like, let's combine 3 games into one at the end of it. What do you got to do to get to the end? So you got to get, like, different summons. I couldn't get the summons because I forgot to get one item in the very beginning of the game. So because I'm playing on the International HD release, they show me this fucking double endgame boss to kick my ass. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not getting that item. The other items, it's like, well, do these retarded chocobo races for 7 hours. I'm not going to fucking spend 7 hours. Then my brother's like, oh, well, there's this guy you can get that you can just pay money to, and he'll do these one-hit attacks. So I have to, like, soft reset at the second phase of this last fight, praying to fucking Jesus. I'm like I literally do all the blowjobs I can in this game to get 600 fucking thousand gil. And I give this motherfucker all my gil. Get the last battle done out of the fucking way, dude. Pay to fucking win that way out of FF10.
Yeah.
I hope the other games are not like that. I'm trying to get it to 12. I have it sitting on my PlayStation 4. I haven't touched it because I'm playing through all the Yakuza games right now for 6 coming out, which is its own fucking ordeal. still. It's hard to get a copy of those games. It's so fucking pricey.
Yeah.
You can't even get an English version.
I beat Final Fantasy 12 last year, and it was good, but that you're coming directly off of 10. Like, if you go from 10 to 12, like, it is so fucking crazy. I mean, you're going from a game that's, like, mostly story. It's about its story. It's about its characters. It's about all that stuff. 12 just isn't, dude. Like, 12 is just so light on the story, it might blow your mind. Like, did you play 12 back in the day?
I played a bit of it.
I did.
Yeah.
Very bit of it.
It's literally like the feeling you get from the story, like when it first starts, like it doesn't really get much better. Like it's not about the characters, it's about the event going on around them and kind of thing. Like the character you start with isn't even really your main character. So like,
yeah, you're saying like he's fucking far different.
Yeah.
It's just a collection.
It's weird.
Von
weird.
Von is the weakest freaking
he sucks.
Protagonist.
He sucks.
No, I was playing 10, and then I was like, dude, people wanted to complain about linearity, and I'm playing linear fucking game right here, through and through. What are you all talking about with this 10 being less linear than fucking 13?
Final Fantasy
I'm
12.
not even a huge fan of 13.
Man.
I feel like people gave 13 way too much of a fucking, like, shit chance at it. I'm like, it's okay for what it was at the time, I guess.
13
You know,
was
it had an MMO battle system from what I remember where you had to like fucking create
That's
like, paradigms
12.
and shit.
13 had the weird half real time, half turn based where you kind of just let the game play itself battle system.
It had the system where you're just like, okay, we'll give them all roles like medic and fucking commando. That's it. What they need. It was okay. It was interesting because I know when you got
the problem with 13 is the story doesn't make any sense unless you do reading. You got to do work. And if you don't,
the data logs,
you gotta fucking. If you don't do it, dude, 13 makes no sense. Like it really doesn't. Like Lassie, Falsi, PC, Q, like all these little like abbreviations for everything. Like they, it's one of those things. Like I hate that even in movies where you come into a movie and they're already talking some fucking nonsense that you have no idea what they're talking about, and it's not till an hour into the movie that you know what the fuck is going on. Like I like to be able to like follow the experience. Without 13's a lot.
Yeah, I hate reading existential shit just to figure out what's going on.
I hate that. Some people like that. Some people like to be dropped into the thick of it and like they like that confused and try to figure it out. I like it to a point, but 13 is all that. You know what I mean? It's all Falsi, Lassie. It's fucking weird. And 13 had a really weak last boss too. I did not like the last boss of 13 because it was like a repeat of a boss you fought earlier.
It was a repeat of the boss you fought halfway into the story.
Yeah, it was weak.
What about FF15? Somebody asked. FF15 I enjoyed.
I didn't beat it.
I didn't play through.
I still have yet to play 15.
Oh,
I'm waiting for it to come on Steam.
You guys, it's on Steam.
Oh, it's already on Steam? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Just
recently. Yeah, just recently
came out. But so like with FF15, like I had these weird things. Like I play games where I play a chunk of it and then I come back to it. So with FF15, it was the one game that was me. Motherfucker, when you're an embryo in FF13 Versus gets announced, and when you fucking finish college and are an adult, and now the game you're fucking waiting for is fun. Play it. So I got FF15, and from the storyline, like it has a really good like story. Like it's got good characters, and like the bond it makes is really fucking impressive. Because there's a moment you get to the end of the game where like it'll actually make you like fucking choke a bit because they do shit that like it's like the best way to build the story, build characters, and like worry about. It's a good Final Fantasy game. It wasn't turn-based, which made me kind of weirded out. I was like, I don't know how I'm excited about Kingdom Hearts and like fucking Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I
think I'm gonna have to sit down and just go ahead and beat 15 because I got a PS4 Pro now that I got really cheap, and it's one of those games that I heard looks damn fucking good on that.
It does look good on PS. It looks good on regular.
Yeah, it looked good on regular, but I bet it looks dope as fuck. So I think that's gonna probably be the next game I try to beat.
You gotta play Shadow of the Colossus PS4 Pro. That shit looks even more gorgeous.
Dude, I'll be honest, dude. Like I did that stream with Shadow of the Colossus, and I played a little bit of it after that. I don't know, dude. You know, like
People do hype that game up.
They hype it a lot, and it's one of those games that the replay value just isn't there, dude. It's one
not.
of those,
You play it once and you're done.
You're done. You know how to beat them. It's just, you know, it's like solving the same puzzle over and over again. You know what I mean? It's
good the first time.
Yeah.
After that, I don't see. It's like any of those games. Ico,
I didn't like, full stop. Ico, no, hated. You're going around hitting things with a stick. Okay, with this stupid retarded bitch I'm gonna go over here. Oh, I'm gonna fall over. Oh, I got kidnapped. Brr, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna hit him with a stick. Hit him with a stick. Hit him with. I'm like, no, I hated it. I rented it back in the day. Okay, never liked Ico. Did not buy the Ico Shadow of the Colossus collection for any other game than Shadow of the Colossus. It's weird that I bought Shadow of the Colossus 3 times and I don't even like it that much. I guess I just had to see what it looked like in 4K and whatnot. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, and the Shadow of the Colossus for me was like, well, I play crazy. I cannot play it more than once after the first time.
Is it art? Yes, but is it a fun game? It's cool. It's cool to get out when you have somebody over. Let me check out this cool game. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, it's cool to show them it, but then at the same time, just I don't know, put in like Need for Speed or some shit and just show them that's art, motherfucker. There you go.
For sure.
It looks really good. Like the end is just, I don't know, not a huge fan of it.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna have to call it. I'm getting tired and shit. So this was a fucking awesome stream though, and I am fucking totally thrilled with this. This was dope.
Cuddles. Cuddles.
Nah.
Cuddles.
Night, everyone.
All right, guys, I'm out. This was great. Yeah, thanks for coming in, Muda. That's fast, dude.
Oh, no problem, man.
Once again, always a pleasure, my friend.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one. I'll do more streams soon.
Hang up too. See you guys later.
All right, see you guys.
Y'all take care.
See ya.
Take care, guys.